Did I do it? I think I did it. Welcome one, welcome all. Assuming I did that correctly, I should be live right now. Oh yeah, look, there I am. Cool. What's up, everyone? It is Thursday, June 19th. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Cop Watcher, great to have you here, buddy. Thrilled to see Cop Watcher here. What's up, JOJ? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You came from the Society X, right? Great to have you here. Appreciate you joining us. Let's see. How is everyone doing? Make sure you like the stream on your way in. I don't know what's going on here. I might have to fiddle with the way I'm showing the chat. Because it keeps like going behind OBS. I need to do some more. I was trying to set up a Streamlabs OBS before. Thanks, JOJ. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I was trying to set up Streamlabs, but there's still like audio issues with like streaming on with Streamlabs on a Mac, and I don't know exactly how to resolve those yet. So that's going to be something we might work on in the future. But for now, I think we're good. Just kind of chilling tonight. Wanted to see who pops in. We'll just chat. We've gotten a lot of new subs recently. A lot of new people have found the channel. A lot of people have joined from other channels, and I just kind of wanted to spend some time with you guys and like sit here and answer questions and maybe do some coding, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah, welcome Cop Watcher. Very long time listener. First time chatter in a month or two. I think you were here like a month ago, right? Yeah, Cop Watcher is a long time viewer of the channel, long time moderator of the channel. It's been, I mean, at least since 2023, right? Do you have an M4? I do have an M4. But it's a Mac Mini, so it's not like at least I think it's M4. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, Apple M4. Yeah, but it's a Mac Mini, so it's not a super powerful device. It's just I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs of Streamlab compatibility. I was trying to set it up with using this like tool called Black Hole, and I guess I've had Black Hole for a while, but it was not working. Ryan, I like the haircut, very nice. Thank you, Gay Odyssey. Great to have you here. Did it for Father's Day. Wanted to look good when I went to dinner with the dad. Yeah, 2023. Yeah, because I was still at my house in I was in Orlando at the time. My old house there. Good times, good times. Hey, Gorilla Biscuits. I'm doing well. How are you? Umbreon is here yawning. He's a little grumpy. He's like, what's going on? Why are we just chilling here? Why are we just sitting here, huh? What's going on? Don't bite me. No, sir. No, sir, don't bite me. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Great to have you here, Gorilla Biscuits. Appreciate you. How you doing, 2025 Gay Odyssey? One of my favorite haters. One of my top fans. Many of my number one fans are also my biggest haters, you know? I haven't had Black Hole in a while. I'm in a relationship. Beautiful, Gay Odyssey. Thank you for the update. We appreciate the update on your sex life. Let's see. Oh, interesting. It's not. I can see it updating on my screen over here. Yeah. Okay. This is where I'm gonna have to switch. Make sure you switch to live chat instead of top chat. Yeah, Umbreon. Umbreon is the best dog. He is such a sweet boy. Love the sin or hate the sin, Ryan. I don't hate the sin. I don't care really that much about how people have sex or love each other, you know. It doesn't really bother me any. I don't really believe in sin, so, that's a whole different, that's a rabbit hole we can dive into. I know Sarah's having a stream tonight about I guess presuppositionalism and like where knowledge comes from, and the panel is about Gnostic Informant, I think, is arguing with people. I just upgraded to a refurb Mac Studio Max. M1 handles Premiere and Lightroom like a dream. Nice. Yeah, Mac Studios are really cool. That's something I would like to upgrade eventually. What I'm running with now is like two Mac Minis that I just kind of alternate between. Um, but really, like if I once I raise a bit of money, I'll probably sell them both and invest in a like a better just a like a some sort of I don't know if I'll get a Mac Studio, but like something that's more powerful generally. What's up, Josue Portillo? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to have you here. Not sure where you found me from. I don't recognize your name, but welcome. Happy to have you here. Ryan sins more often than I do. Maybe depends on the sin, I suppose. Depends on the sin you're pointing to. But yeah, if you just got in, we're just kind of chilling. We do, a lot of my streams have been big, huge, clashing debates where I'm screaming at people for hours and hours and hours, and it's really, it can be fun and entertaining, but it doesn't give me a lot of time to sit here and communicate with my chat. And I wanted to do some community building here, get to know you all a bit more, let you get to know me a bit more, and help me become your streamer, or at least one of them. Precept BS, give me brainworms instead. Yeah, I'm not going on. I'm probably not going to go on any panels tonight. We might take some call-ins later, but I don't think I'm doing any. I'm not going to like host a panel, and I'm probably not going to jump on any panels tonight. That's not the plan anyway. Nothing wrong with shouting. Yeah, true. Yeah, we like some shouting, some degree of shouting within reason. What do you plan on coding today? That's a great question. I don't have a specific project in mind. I might like show off a few things that I've kind of vibe coded over the past few months, and maybe we'll just kind of have the chat throw out some ideas, and we'll build some stuff together. I think that might be a fun approach. What up, Alley Cattails? Great to have you here. Yeah, I think you'll really appreciate this as well. You can make some good suggestions, and I can kind of show my process of vibe coding. One of the things I've been making is like a RuneScape clone that I'm kind of excited about. It's pretty fun. The panel topics have mostly sucked. I kind of agree with that, actually. I almost didn't even do that gay adoption one. I really don't like. I don't like even entertaining that topic. Like I just think it's obvious that gay people should be allowed to adopt children, like they are right now, and they're doing a great job of it. So. But yeah, of course you can ask me a question about politics anytime. That's what we're here. That's what we're here to do. You can ask me whatever you want. It doesn't mean I'll answer every single question, obviously, but Also, how does the audio sound? Is my mic good? Can you hear me all right? Very nerdy, excited. Great to hear, Alley Cattails. Very excited to have you here. Torrent client. You want me to code a torrent client? That could be a fun one. That's interesting. I haven't done a lot of projects like that specifically. Ryan, where do you stand on the Mormon Bigfoot cane question? I don't know exactly what that question means. I grew up in a Mormon church, actually, until I was like 10 or so, and then I stopped going so much. What's up, Rinyald? Great to have Rinyald's notebook in the chat. Umbreon, what are you doing, buddy? Why are you getting into stuff? He's being nosy. Yo, everyone, go subscribe to Rinyald. Rinyald's a cool dude, or cool dude, or Reno. We like Rinyald. What's the last thing you coded? The last two things I've been working on recently. Hang on one second. Get out of there. The last two things I've been working on like regularly have been, like I mentioned, the like a RuneScape clone that I'm working on. What's up, Sponge? Great to have you here, buddy. Yeah, like a little RuneScape clone. I've basically been working on the mining feature of that. I'll show that off in a bit. And also a workout tracker. So I'm kind of in the I only have like a few workouts set, like loaded into it right now. Okay, I'm gonna hold him. He's crying. He's being a crybaby. Come on, baby. It's okay. It's okay, baby boy. I know. But I'm trying. I always save like Instagram reels with like workout routines and stuff, and I want to try to consolidate some of those things into an app that I can kind of track my workouts on. I used to use Smart Gym, I think, on my iPhone for a long time when I was going to the gym. But ever since I got Umbreon, I've just kind of started using the squat. Like I bought a squat rack, and that's where my desk is inside right now. Although I usually have my little pillars here, but a Trump tracker. That's a good idea. Definitely a good idea. A Trump tracker. You didn't tell us you're a Mormon. Did you wear the underwear? I'm not aware of the Mormon underwear, so I guess not. I mean, I wore like whitey tighties or whatever. Is that the Mormon underwear? Let's see. Mormons are supposed to believe Cain is Bigfoot, and they're supposed to think black people are descended of Cain. Do Mormons think black people are Bigfoot? I mean, I didn't learn that, although I didn't learn very much at all. I couldn't pay attention. You know, I was extremely ADHD kid. That has not changed. I just have I guess coping mechanisms over time. I never took medication as a kid for my ADHD. I didn't start taking medication until I was like 25, and in the past couple of months I haven't had any. So I am just going raw, living life raw right now. Did you see the Book of Mormon on Broadway? I've never actually seen the Book of Mormon, but I've seen performances of songs from the Book of Mormon at like drag shows. Also, welcome, Vikram. Good to have you here, buddy. You're still repping 5 plates on squats, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm actually up to 7 now. What's up, Nameless? Great to have you here, buddy. Appreciate you. Everyone, make sure you like the stream. And by the way, if you don't know, we actually have some really, really dope emotes. We have Angry Jiggles, Sip and Squirtle, the Care React, Baby Umbreon, and a Share and a Shrek Care React. These are super cute, and I think it's only $1.99 for a Radical Coder membership. They are so adorable, and you definitely will want these so you can throw them out when we're on debate panels and you're angry at what people are saying. You want to be able to drop those Angry Jiggles when you're just vibing. You want to be able to drop those Sippy Squirtles whenever you want to see Umbreon. Of course, you can drop those Baby Umbreons. We love that. It is so good. Yeah, I've really enjoyed everything I've seen from it. And I remember watching like the original South Park episode that kind of like inspired them to make that, I guess, like the Mormon episode from back in the day. Yeah, JOJ, we got big Squirtle fans here. Big Squirtle fans. Big Pokemon fan, specifically. I mean, I obviously my dog's name is Umbreon. They are little cuties. I'm telling you. Welcome, Gian. Gian, I'm guessing. Share emoji. Yeah, now we have to get a share emoji. Yeah, great to have you all here. Really appreciate it. What's on everyone's mind? There's so much going on in the world, and again, we've just been doing debate panel after debate panel after debate panel, and I just wanted to chill tonight, and we're gonna code some random shit and just talk to you guys. Love the dog name. Yeah. People always appreciate that. I love when people, whenever like people meet him in person and they're like, Umbreon, like the Pokemon? And I'm like, yeah, exactly like the Pokemon. What are you doing, biting? No, sir. You got so much energy right now. Yeah. I'm so excited. Pokemon and Share. Are Utah peeps all Mormons? I think a lot of them are. Mormons are very, very deeply involved in Utah politics, as far as I understand. Maybe less so now. 90s theme stream? A little bit. How about U.S. versus Iran? I think there's a lot of foreign policy that should be bipartisan right now. Yeah, as in like we should not be going to war with Iran. I haven't really dug into it. It just seems like a mess. It's a pretty scary situation, when Trump is tweeting like or truthing, quote unquote, like evacuate Tehran, which is a capital city of 9 million people. Oh, sorry, the chat was not updating, but it should be now. Yeah, that's pretty scary stuff. He's just posting on his social media platform. Okay, you good, Umbreon? He stumbled down, but he's fine. Yeah, so hopefully that's what you mean by bipartisan, and we're not hoping to not go to war with Iran. I don't want to go to war. I thought that Trump was supposed to be the anti-war guy. That was the whole thing that everyone kept saying. Although I mean, some of us did not believe that was ever the case. So it must be a nightmare walking around Utah with all the preachers walking up to you. I mean, potentially. Trump declared 2 weeks for diplomacy today. Tell me how that's wrong. I mean, I don't know if that's wrong. Go play. I don't know. I haven't dug into it enough to have a strong opinion. Maybe we'll do a little bit of research on that tonight. But the whole like evacuate Tehran immediately was a pretty crazy thing to post on social media. Um, Oh, JOJ, that's a great question. What do you think of the rise of the right on apps like YouTube? Their lack of enforcement is causing detrimental issues for the UK, race riots from misinformation, etc. It's madness out here. Yeah, I've always been very vocal about like the kind of alt-right pipeline and all the different platforms that like the way the algorithm has kind of been abused by a bunch of specific figures to steer people down really nasty rabbit holes. I've been down a lot of those rabbit holes, generally fighting people for a few years now, although I haven't been like streaming consistently throughout all that time like I am now. But I really I used to go on like all these like far right shows and far right panels and just like fight with these people and explain racism to them, explain like why critical race theory is like not a terrible thing, and like why feminism doesn't suck, you know, and why the Republican Party in the United States is so scary to someone like me, or just like someone who like why I find it so scary rather. Um, Welcome, Lindsay. Great to see you. Yeah. No worries. No worries. I don't know who Unfornicated is, but happy for you to drop in. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for dropping the like. Yeah, everyone, drop those likes. We love likes. They help other people find the stream. It's cool that there's been like people finding me through the algorithm now. That's kind of a newer thing for me. Like I've for most of my time on this platform, it's just been like, you know, I get little surges in subscribers when I go on a panel and I talk to a bunch of people. But it's now starting to be something where people are just finding my content, which is you know, we're getting into the algorithm. Let's see. War is sometimes necessary, especially when Iranians get oppressed this much by the Islamic government. It's not black and white. Sure. I don't know very much about Iran. I'm pretty uneducated there, so it might be, again, something we might want to dive deep into. Kind of surprised there's been zero big attacks in the U.S., given the morons that run the DOD. Sure. Yeah, it's scary times. Did everyone like the stream? That's a good point, Alley Cattails. Did everyone like the stream? I just announced link the live stream in your Discord too. Oh, thank you so much, Alley. And yeah, I'll drop the link to that Discord, by the way. I have not been like very active in there, but I'm trying to be. So maybe getting more people in will encourage me to do that more. Let's see. Invite people. Here we go. We'll drop that. You know, it's a work in progress, but the more the merrier. Also, I can go online on Discord so people will see that I'm streaming. That's cool. Let's see. Yeah, algorithmic radicalization, exactly. And not in the cool way, unfortunately. Radicalization, but not the cool kind. The UK needs to be educated on grooming gangs and their migrant invasion. They need apps. Sure, Gay Odyssey. I'm skeptical of. I feel like you're kind of deep in those particular pipelines that we're referring to, and probably eating up a lot of what I suspect is misinformation, but I could be wrong. Leaking military attack plans. That was crazy. Oh yeah, it wasn't Slack, right? Did they do Slack also now? But it was whatever that other app was, Whisper or something like that. Explain why you're wrong. I don't know what you're referring to, Chris. You did really well on Society X. Definitely earned a few subs from Aaron. Yeah, absolutely. I was really happy. Usually I go on like pretty far right channels, to be honest. So like, or at least like moderate channels. Do you announce on Tom's server when you're live as well? No, but I should. I need to start like going and just posting in, because I'm in so many different Discord servers, but I just don't. I just go live and then I'm just vibing, you know. But you're right. I should go in there. Signal. That's what it was. Signal. Ryan, I'll debate on whether there was a pipeline of Fountain of Wayne's fans to Bowling for Soup after Bowling for Soup covered Stacy's mom. That's probably true. I suspect that you're correct about that. The grooming gang inquiry is front and center news on the BBC and Guardian. Those aren't right-wing outlets. I'm not saying there's not grooming gang. I know there's something about grooming gangs. I don't know that it's exactly like characterized the way people tend to. When the people I hear talk about it, I'm very skeptical of. usually, just because they're usually the people who are lying to me about a bunch of other things. So it's hard to take them seriously about that. But I'm sure that there are problems with this signal. Wait, no, yeah, you're good, you're good. A little more chill question: do you travel much? Not recently, but I like to travel. I definitely do. I mean, I lived in quite a few different places over the past few years. Like I was in I went from like Florida to California, back to Florida to Seattle, and back to Florida again. I like 6 years ago, I went to Alaska and ran like a half marathon there, which was like a really cool experience. The Skagway Marathon, that was absolutely amazing. Highly recommend if you ever get the opportunity to go out to Skagway. It was just so beautiful out there. I really like hiking and shit in the mountains, but I'm back in Florida now, so we don't have a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I definitely like traveling. I'm kind of a broke bitch right now. Ever since like I was doing well last year. I did a full-time software engineer job, but unfortunately, things restructure and they let the radical coder go. So I kind of leaning back into education and doing freelance stuff. And there is a project that I'm working on. I don't know if I'll formally announce this yet, but there is a big project that a lot of you will be aware of in the near future. So I'm not no spoilers, but yeah, there's some cool stuff in the works that I'll be working on that project probably on stream as well once it's more formally established. You go on panels to explain why you're wrong. No, I go on panels to explain why you're wrong, Chris. Use the channel shill and stream content. Yes, I have it. I think I even have it like a shortcut to like all those different shill links. I just never use them. The UK situation is real, dude. Don't make light of it. I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just the people who talk to me about that thing. They also spread a lot of other misinformation, so I can't generally trust what they're saying. So I'm open to hearing and reading like real information about it. I would need to talk to someone who I have a bit more trust in to get a better understanding of it. Do it right now. Yeah, you're right. Cop Watcher. Yeah. I was in Federal Way briefly. I was in Federal Way. I was actually living in Seattle when I was out there. I was living like near Pike Place at like an Airbnb for a few months, which was super cool. Okay, I'm gonna post in Tom's Discord right now. Let me see. While I remember, because I will forget. Oh, I don't have permission. I don't have permission to post links in shill streaming content. Cruel. Tomfoolery has absolutely brutalized me again. Nobody should have settled migrants in Northern Ireland that was already a fragile balance housing. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know that much. But like the idea that no one should have settled. I mean, like immigration. There's gonna be some degree of immigration in almost everywhere. Like it's probably good ways to handle that. Next time you're in Pike Place, let me know. I absolutely will. Yeah. I'm hoping to go. I'll probably go to Portland next time I travel. But I'd like to make an appearance in Seattle at least too. What's up, Ari? Great to see you, buddy. Yeah, Uru will hook me up. Let me see. Can you give me perms to post in Tom's shill stream and content so I can post my stream? Thanks, Uru. Heart. There's so much misinformation in the UK. The AI slot machine and people like Andrew Tate and Nigel Farage are causing hotel housing refugees to be burned down with their lies and rhetoric. Jesus, yeah, that's more like what I've heard from the sources that I tend to trust is more in line with that, which is quite scary. Yeah, we obviously have a lot of very scary. Pike Place. My bad. It is Pike Place. You're right. Well, I didn't message Tom, so Uru. I messaged Uru. Uru will hook me up. Radical Coder looks like that one white South African refugee on Fox News. Which one is that? Let's see. Oh, I also have. Oh, is it a friend request or what? I have a notification. What is it? Stream remote enabled. Jay and Ryan, you're saying migrant hotels aren't causing huge problems for rural regional communities in the UK. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying I don't know the specifics. I know that there are people spreading a lot of misinformation, and I know that there has been, and my understanding again is that there have been violent incidents that were incited by what turned out to be misinformation, and that is always really concerning. Right back. Puppy dog! Oh, puppy dog, hello. Hello, baby boy. Hello, Mr. Umbreon. Yes. Has Ryan been to the original Starbucks? I have. Although I don't think I went there very much when I was living there, but I've been there before. Because I used to go to Pike Place a lot when I was younger, whenever I'd visit, because I just have family in Washington. It was a B-roll of those people. Oh, I don't know. Copwatcher says, I hope not. Safe in the promised land. There was a problem with Muslim migration in Europe, but super overblown by far-right people. See, that sounds like what I understand. Like, I'm sure there are problems, but like, I can't take the people who complain about them. If they didn't lie about so much, then I could take them more seriously. But I just have to take everything they say with a grain of salt, because they spread so much misinformation. It's really frustrating. Saying the issues they face there are political failures. It's nothing to do with refugees who have zero power. They're among the most vulnerable in our society. See that? Yeah, that also. And again, we have obviously similar kinds of misinformation being spread here about migrants being the source of everyone's problems. Hence, Trump's rise to power. But I'm sure you're well aware of all that. Yeah, funnily enough, most of the problematic migrants are far right as well. Yeah, I was having this. Someone mentioned something. I don't remember what panel I was on recently. Someone brought up like immigrants. This might have been on the Society X thing, where they were like, "Oh, have you heard about Dearborn?" And they like this society, like these like largely Islamic area has done things like banning pride flags to some degree. And I was like, okay, so. And they're saying they weren't assimilating, and I'm like, well, they are assimilating. They're assimilating with the Republican Party, like that's what the Republican Party does. They love shit like that. So they're just assimilating in a way I would prefer they weren't doing that. Obviously, let's see. I'm saying the issues they face there are political failures. It's nothing to do with refugees who have zero power. Yeah. Sorry, I think I might have already read that. Far right on far right hate. Yeah. If there wasn't so much racism, they might actually get along. If they're so vulnerable in the UK, they're probably more vulnerable if they go home. Why do you think people like Destiny and Tom cringe when they hear lefties describe Israel as a colonial settler state? I'm not a lefty, but I think Israel falls in that category. I think so too. I don't know. I think that they have a anti-progressive, anti-lefty bias that has emerged over the years, and probably through their experiences with those groups. Yeah, I don't know. I think it it's like when people are kind of conditioned to cringe when they hear like words like microaggression. Like microaggressions are real things, just because like you might not feel like it's a serious thing to acknowledge, it doesn't like mean it's not real, or like not like an academic like recognized phenomenon. And similarly, like something like colonial settler states, like I mean I think they're probably poisoned by like, they think that all lefties think like hate America because it's an imperialist project or whatever. But like, I mean, you don't have to hate America. You can just kind of acknowledge that it is that. Like the thing I like about America is that in spite of that history, there are a bunch of people here who are like want to see it become something much more like more progressive, Canada has a lot of Nazis too, apparently. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, that's where like Lauren Southern came from, right? I don't know if she's like a Nazi anymore, but she definitely used to be. Um, yeah, Muslim mayor of Dearborn banned pride flags in public. Yeah, that's awful. But I mean, again, it's like that's what Republicans like, or it's the kind of stuff the Republicans are trying to do. Dearborn was a liberal city that wanted to accept more Muslims, but that screwed them over. I don't know if that's the exact thing. I guess I mean if that's what happened, it's what happened. But radical just a Nazi passing through to show you some respect. You are wrong about almost everything, but at least you believe the things you're saying. Wow. Thanks, I think, Josh. Maybe consider not being a Nazi. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. maybe just don't be a Nazi. That'd be great. Ryan is authentic, real. Yeah, Ryan is authentic. Oh, buddy boy. What are you trying to do? Is there anything in there for you? Oh, you want this? Is that it? There you go. He's trying to get to one of his toys that I put away. Maybe people describing it as colonial settler moralize it as being inherently bad when it is a type of description of colonization. Yeah, that's probably part of it. They think that everyone who says those words is like using it as a conversation ender, like saying like it's colonial, it's settler colonialism, so therefore it's evil. Therefore, the Palestinians are right about everything. And it's like, well, that's obviously a very reductive way of viewing the conflict, but I mean that doesn't make it not a settler colonial project. Like, especially when they're like regularly expanding into the like the, I don't know all the specifics. I'm not super well versed on Israel-Palestine stuff, to be honest. But my understanding is that they're expanding settlements into areas that were like owned by Palestinians, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, no one's gonna be happy about that. That can only escalate tensions, right? Hi, Nazi here. Like, that's a normal thing to say. Unfortunately, in some of the spaces that I run in, which it can be a little embarrassing to say that, but I have a very high threshold for crazy. So I always am. I'm comfortable like fighting with people of all sorts of walks of life, you know. But when I argue with people like that, I always try to point out that that their beliefs that I find their beliefs disgusting, and that like explain to them why I find their beliefs disgusting. Lauren Southern grew up in Fraser Valley, a remote area, because she didn't live in the big cities. I didn't know that. Well, look at that new Lauren Southern lore. They don't accept the reality of what they're doing because words like colonial carry stigma, rightfully so. Sure. Do you have a cat too? We have 3 cats in the house I live in. They're not my cats, my roommate's cats, but Umbreon is good friends with some of them. They mostly get along. But yeah, we have 3 cats. All right, you should ask Tom why he believes it rather than ask Ryan why Tom believes it. I mean, well, Tom's not streaming right now, so he's asking me, which is okay. Okay, Uru said he doesn't know which perms to give or how to give perms, but Thak will. All right, I'm going to message Thak. Let's see. There we go. Okay, we'll see if that can hook us up. I also think people who label Israel as colonial settler state also downplayed Jewish exodus from Middle East and Europe. Sure. Yeah, that was something Tom and I talked about when we were discussing like whether Hassan is anti-Semitic, which I still don't think. I'm still not convinced that Hassan is an anti-Semite, or that like Wick has been on this war of like the Democratic Party needs to like publicly disavow Hassan, and I'm like, I don't see this as like a useful tactic. I feel like Hassan's audience are people who sympathize with a lot of the things that like Democrats fight for, and they might demonize the Democrats a little bit more than I would like, but I think that they're reachable. I think they're winnable people who are we can activate them as voters, and I don't think we should abandon them. Free Umbreon, so true, Arian. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. First one of the night. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. He's holding his toy to dear life. Yeah, we freed him. Yes, you're free, buddy. You're a free dog. There you go. Go get it. I'm gonna ask Tom why Ryan believes that Bowling for Soup isn't punk rock, despite them having a song called Punk Rock 101. Did I say they're not? I said they're not necessarily. They're not like what I think of when I think punk rock, but they are like they're like pop punk, and they have like a lot of punk rock roots, which is why I think they wrote that song. I don't know if you said their names, but are the cats also Pokemon themed names? They are not. They are not. There's Emperor Cusco. There's Cusco, Emperor Cusco, Katana, and Mr. President. Those are the three kitties. Thank you for freeing Umbreon, Ariana. Really appreciate it. Hassan is implicitly anti-Semitic and systemically anti-Semitic, not explicitly anti-Semitic. You know that there might be something to that, but when people say that Hassan's anti-Semitic, they're not saying that he like is like systemically anti-Semitic. I don't think that's what they're saying. I think they're just accusing him of having, like being explicitly biased against like Jewish people on the behalf of them being Jewish, which I don't think is the thing he's concerned with. Like I think it's really important to discern between like a Fuentes type and a Hassan. Like I would happily stand next to Hassan at a protest, and I would never stand next to Nick Fuentes at a protest. You know what I mean? Sucks it's been kind of normalized for someone to introduce themselves as a Nazi, yet so many of them claim to hate identity politics. Cope, true, yeah. Yeah, I sometimes wonder, because when I go into those spaces, I kind of pushed, like I usually push them, like, early on in the conversation, like, be like, so, you say you're not a conservative, you're not liberal, you're, like, third positionist, like, fascist, like, you're, like, kind of like a Nazi, like, and, some of them will own it. So I wonder if I'm, like, allowing them to be more comfortable introducing themselves like that. But I mean, at least we know who self-identifies as such, which is better than like being unsure. Getting a bit exhausted by all the dunking on the left when the country is literally in tatters. Yeah, exactly. Common good. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I remember seeing your comments during my last conversation with Tom, and I appreciated it a lot. You had some nice words to say. Yeah, I feel like this whole punching left thing is just it's not the move right now. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like we are like the things that the right is saying about the left are not going to change if we disavow the whatever quote unquote bad people on the left. I struggle with that narrative about Jewish people as they were kicked out of so many places, and those people who say that will hand wave all the historical context. Yeah, I don't know too much about. I mean, they definitely were. I just don't know all the specifics, so I don't know. I mean, obviously, like Jewish people have been through a lot of like bad shit across the world, across history. Pimping a cute animal for clicks and views, that's a first. No, I love doing it. I mean, Umbreon, he exploits me for food and pets, and like I am endlessly catering to his every whim. I think the least he can do is be adorable on camera once in a while, Yeah, Mr. President. I remember Frogan freaking out. Their therapist is a Zionist. We all know what she means, but she has plausible deniability. I don't know what she means. Do you mean that she's Jewish? Like, she just means she's Jewish? Like, that's all she's saying? Because again, like, there's just so many Jewish people who aren't, like, Zionists in the way that I usually hear this word used. So it's easier for me, I guess, to separate those things because of that. But I understand why they're also easily conflated. I don't know. It's complicated, but would you have Nick Fuentes in your apartment though? Probably not. I might do. Maybe chicken and waffles. Probably not though. I would. No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I would break bread with him. I've debated him. I've done like panels with him. I was obviously like fighting against him the entire time. It was an old modern day debate where it was like me and Doobie and Stardust and Hunter Avalone against Nick Fuentes, Brittany from Politically Provoked, Hake from the Hake Report, and Alex Stein. Primetime 99, sexually harassing AOC all the time. Boxing us into the same issues we found ourselves in November. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I don't feel like people will say like, oh, it'll help us win the centrists over, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think the centrists are winnable, but not because we need to like virtue signal about like who we disdain. Hassan will never stand next to you, Ryan. He only associates with huge influencers like Christian Walker. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned, all right? Radical Coder we got a lot of potential here. And, Hassan might find himself in a good position to leverage my platform one day. You never know, Vikram. Why don't you show a little bit of faith, huh? I agree Hassan is anti-Semitic, just how my uncle is anti-Semitic, but I think we have a few progressive Muslims fighting against anti-Semitism within the Muslim community. I was just in a talk with Mehdi Hassan. He said he acknowledges the anti-Semitism within Muslim communities, but we also have to fight against rising Islamophobia on the West with anti-Semitism. Yeah. They're both, again, it's obviously, it's complicated. There's a lot of like fronts to fight on, and there's a lot of people who have different goals, and it's just hard to the way if you're just like observing from like third parties like characterizing different people. It's sometimes hard to identify like who the baddies are. No sir. Wait, you were just in a talk with Mehdi Hassan, or you were listening to a talk with Mehdi Hassan, like a Twitter space or something? Mamdani is a notable phenomenon. He's a bridge away from Hassan, who hates on both dem and right. Basically uses his platform to say, why bother? I hate that. I hate the why bothers. No why bothering. We gotta bother. We have to bother. The way I think about it is like all throughout history, there have been people in much worse scenarios than any one of us is in this moment. Who like the odds have been way more stacked against them, and they've still like tried to do what they can, And I think that's the attitude to take. Like just keep pushing forward where you can. But I don't know Mamdani. Islamophobia is the wrong word. It conflates anti-Islam feelings and anti-Muslim beliefs. Anti-Muslim bigotry is a better word. See, that's how I feel about anti-Semitism. I feel like anti-Jewish bigotry is a better word for what usually people are talking about when they say anti-Semitism. And I feel like the waters are muddied when we call someone like Hassan an anti-Semite. Like I feel like it gives more room for like bad faith actors who like really just hate Jewish people to kind of like take cover under the umbrella of and like associate themselves with like the pro-Palestine people. But that's just my kind of my gut feeling. So I don't know if Islamophobia is on the decline. But yeah, I see what you're saying about like American conservatives realizing Muslims agree with them. I think they still, I mean, some of them are like more willing to align themselves, but they're still they're still pretty Islamophobic. 5 test run city co-op model food shops, buses, rent control, childcare, pretty close to a European model. 1 in 24 New Yorkers are millionaires. 1 in 4 in poverty. Oof. Muslim influencer Andrew Tate is mostly beloved by the right. Yeah, but not because he's Muslim. It's just he doesn't really talk about like, I mean, at least from what I'm aware of, like the things that Andrew Tate like gets super well known for or like blows up for are just being like misogynistic, and the Republicans obviously are also misogynistic, so they kind of vibe with that. He came to my city for his tour. He talked with people from the crowd after the event. Oh, very cool. You asked him about anti-Semitism within Muslim communities. Oh, okay. Neat. Or he brought it up. You just brought up anti-Semitism. Still, that's cool. Yeah, I like Mehdi. Seems like a cool dude. Definitely the superior Hassan, if I had to pick one. I grew up in Michigan. Andrew Tate is not a Muslim. He couldn't name a surah of the Quran. I'm not surprised. I would believe that. Yeah. Islamophobia is on the rise in the UK. We're seeing loads of hate crimes, and it's getting worse. Yeah, that definitely is. That aligns with my understanding. It seems to be very concerning. What do you think about that 2025? You promote a lot of the same talking points that I hear from people who I suspect are promoting that information that is inspiring a lot of these hate crimes. Like, what do you think about that rise in hate crimes? Andrew Tate talks talks about Islam a lot now, or not talk shit, just talks about Islam a lot now. Okay. He's trying to get like reform points from the conservative branch. I mean, doesn't Trump like him now? I feel like one of these days Trump's going to bring him to the White House. Oh boy. Okay. We'll do a couple more questions, whatever you guys pop up in the chat. But I think it's time to code something. Let's do some vibe coding. Who here? Tell me if you are aware of what vibe coding is. Is anyone here not know what vibe coding is? Put a 0 in the chat if you don't know what vibe coding is, and put a 1 in the chat if you know what vibe coding is. Ones in the chat if you know what vibe coding is. Zeros in the chat if you don't know what vibe coding is. Yeah, it definitely pulls a lot of young impressionable women in that direction. Okay, Arian says 0. JOJ says get some coding done. Yeah, we will. Yeah. Peace. Okay, 0. We got 2 zeros, and Ali, of course, knows. Let's see. Dessa says vibe coding sucks. I disagree. I mean, it has flaws. Ethan asks, can you make some music with Strudel? Potentially. I haven't. I assume that's like a programming language for coding music. I would like to do some stuff like that. Ozloy says, I opened this stream expecting to talk about computer coding. Is that the usual topic? Is this a temporary side topic? So just so everyone is aware, if you are new here, I'm Ryan, Radical Coder, and we talk a lot about politics on this channel. It's a very political channel, but I am also a educator. I teach coding. I've taught coding for like the last decade. I've worked as a software engineer in a lot of different contexts. So I'm kind of weaving all of those things together into this channel. It's I really enjoy doing debate. And I'm a progressive voice that goes into a lot of far right spaces and argues with a lot of people like that. But I also I'm really passionate about computer science and development, and I want to kind of weave these worlds together in a kind of unique way. So if that sounds like your thing, then stick around. If you're alienated by the politics, then I understand. But I would encourage you to give it a shot. Oh, Calvin, thank you for being here. Good to see you. I know you asked me about helping me with the Rob North stuff, right? Let me drop my Discord link again. Maybe I'll pin it so people can join there. I like Theo. I think Theo's a cool dude. Oh, Thak gave me perms. Yay, thank you, Thak. We love Thak. Okay, I'm going to drop the Discord link again. We have it's very, very small Discord right now. But it is, we're happy to have new members. Maybe some of you who are more Discord savvy can help me start to build it up. If you have recommendations, feel free to post in there. But yeah, I would be very happy to have you all there. When instead of coding, you say it's all vibes, bro. Yeah, the vibe coding. Yeah, I'll explain vibe coding shortly. There needs to be more anti-theism content out there. Yeah, I think I fall into that. Where is Ryan on the Gaza issue? I'm pretty convinced, based on my understanding of everything, that what's going on could fairly be characterized as a genocide. I've always thought, it seems like Israel and Netanyahu in particular would really prefer if all of those Palestinians weren't there to deal with. I think it seems like that would be more preferred for him, and that's very scary. One of my best friends is from Jordan, and so he has a lot of family in the region, and we talk a lot about it, and it's really quite distressing. But yeah, sure, it is complicated, and I'm not super educated, but in general, I am very sympathetic to the people in Gaza. You must be a vibe coder. You might be. Ryan repeats whatever woke BS is floating around. To some degree, I don't repeat it. I think that I just happen to come to the same conclusion as a lot of the woke folks. Yeah, a large percentage of experts have acknowledged this as a genocide. Yeah, exactly. I think that besides my own intuition about it, that is part of my confidence in saying that. Yeah, JOJ, it's definitely, like, for all intents and purposes, it's what it is, right? I want to Minecraft myself when we have people like NSC conflating religion with spirituality. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Strudel is cool. Cycles, DJ Dave, Switch Angel is a title of a video that showcases it. All right, maybe we'll check that out. If you want to join, if you want to drop the link in like a Discord or something, maybe we'll pull that up. Do most Israelis hate Netanyahu? That's good to hear. If so, I just don't know. I don't know if it's true that like most of Gaza really support like loves Hamas. I think a lot of them are also victimized by Hamas. Hey man, what are you doing? Welcome, Danny. We are right now talking about politics, but I'm about to introduce what vibe coding is to people who don't know what vibe coding is, and we're gonna vibe code some little projects together. Can we do a one night stands? Yeah. Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on from that topic for now. But I do eventually want to get a better grasp on all that, especially with like U.S. potentially getting involved more so in all that stuff. It's yeah. Okay, thank you, Common Good. But yeah, okay, vibe coding. So obviously people know what coding is. It's kind of like a very broad term to refer to software development in general. Obviously there's other kinds of coding like medical coding, which is an entirely different thing, which we will not be doing necessarily. But vibe coding specifically is using LLMs or large language models like ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini or Llama even, using tools like these to basically describe an app that you want to an LLM and to generate the code. And there's a lot of shortcomings with this. It's getting better and better every day, with LLMs getting stronger and getting better at coding. But it's still, there's a lot of lacking in like overall software architecture with vibe coding. And that's something that basically a lot of development jobs are being replaced with like vibe coding, quote unquote, or like with people using AI to generate a lot of code. But what a lot of these managers and like middle managers, especially who are kind of and upper management probably, who are letting go of a lot of their software development teams because AI can do so much more, now are going to find out very quickly and very difficultly that though they've been able to create a lot of code, that they've also created a lot of problems that they didn't foresee. But yeah, so we'll show by example, because I know that's I said a lot of stuff, but let's actually dive into some actual real world vibe coding. I'm gonna use Google Gemini. This is one of my favorite LLMs for vibe coding specifically. It's one of the best LLMs for coding. Have you seen how ChatGPT can connect to GitHub? I sure have. I recommend using, if you use Visual Studio Code, they actually have like GitHub Copilot is kind of built in now. And you can use an agent basically in VS Code. It's really, really powerful stuff. Let me see. I need to select my Google Gemini screen. Show cursor. Hey, look at that. Yeah. I think I agree with that, JOJ. And Common Good. Yeah. Is GitHub Copilot free on VS Code? I believe there is a free tier. Yeah. I think I have the like the $10 a month tier. Or I did. I might not have it right now. But I did have it for a while. And I think I switched to the free tier actually. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the one I use is free. And you have I think it's basically unlimited depending on which model you use. I feel like vibe coding is to coding as coding is to writing assembly, or at least it has the potential. Yeah, I like that analogy a lot, actually. I think it's a really good way to put it. Like to people who don't know what that means, like assembly code is like machine code. So like a much more low level programming language, like stuff that we would have to do a lot more of back in the day. But we've gotten more and more abstracted so that it's easier for human beings to communicate with the computer and explain what they're trying to do. And LLMs have kind of really jumped this forward a lot more, where you can basically speak English to describe an app that you want instead of coding it in real time. And in fact, that's what we're going to do. So what I encourage you all in the chat to do is start dropping some ideas for an app, and we're going to vibe code something together. I don't want to come up with I'm not going to come up with it myself. I'm going to have you all get involved with this, and we're going to do this like as a collective, as a community. Do you use AI tools for coding? Absolutely. Absolutely. They are, and I do. I've been using them for years, actually. Back in 2023, I was teaching. I was teaching mainly kids how to code, and like doing freelance coding education to like people who were trying to learn on their own. And I used ChatGPT even back then. I would use it for a lot of lesson planning, a lot of like in-class lessons. And I would help the kids learn how to use it as well, so that they could like on their own quickly learn things that I might not have known the answer to, off the top of my head. It makes it much easier for people to be like language agnostic. So like you don't have to like really know the ins and outs of one particular programming language if you can communicate with an LLM and you have like the base level of knowledge to understand what to ask it. An app that tells you which of your mates are racist. Oh, wait, they already made that. It's called Facebook. Yeah, and YouTube. Yeah, but true. A drop-in app for basketball games near your area. Okay, interesting. I like these. You should do an app that generates ideas for projects depending on the requirements that the user gives. Okay. Some sortable histogram or dynamic data infographic tracking something. Oh, I like all of these. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up WebLM Arena, which is a separate, I'm going to drop this link in chat, by the way, so you can all play with this as well. But this is a really, really cool tool that lets you basically type in a prompt for a web app, and it will live code you 2 of them in real time. Yeah, also says exercise app that has time intervals for sets. Well, you know what? I actually have Mark Wahlberg's routine as one of these. So this is what I've been trying to do recently. I do some variant of it, but basically it's start workout. I do 15 squat pulses, 25 push-ups. Although I sometimes do like standing wall push-ups if my arms are tired. But and then plank for 45 seconds. I'll let that one go. But yeah, I think I can't skip through it. I need to change that. But yeah, I have this this app that I use for something like that. So funny enough, that one specifically, I already have worked on briefly. Oh, Common Good says, if one was a psychoanalyst or academic, what would be a practical application of vibe coding? Well, I guess I would say like think about any sort of software tools that you might use for any of those things, like data analysis or maybe like if you like any quizzes that like people might have to answer for doing those different kinds of analysis, and you could kind of quickly generate like personalized quizzes for like for someone to interact with to get to collect information or to analyze information. That's just off the top of my head. Honey Flakes, welcome. You say currently using Gemini to vibe code a 3D RPG game. Very cool. I got 4 different biomes, different enemies, and loot and stuff. I love that. Yeah, I also have Umbreon. Relax, buddy. Let's see. Hang on one second. Buddy boy. Buddy dog. Baby dog. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Yes. Umbreon says hi, everyone. Any of my members in chat, make sure to post some baby Umbreon emotes. We love the baby Umbreon emotes. U.S. average egg price tracker map. I like that too. I like all these. But let me see if I can find my I have a RuneScape style like 3D game. Oh yes, here it is. Here. So I made this. I've been working on this for a little while. It started as just a mining game. So like I can mine clay. My dude like runs over and mines clay. Um, and he can mine also iron, or iron, not tin. I can't mine iron yet because I don't have the mining level. But I can mine copper, and his arm is a pickaxe. So the idea is that eventually, like his arm will transform into different tools. So like these trees are here, but I don't think I can cut them yet. But yeah, I didn't write any of the code for this. Like I just typed prompts. Like if I scroll up, you'll see like me talking to it and like sending it screenshots and being like, here's what's going wrong. Here's what I want it to do. Like add way more rocks, a large variety. And that's when I added I think I added these like runite over here. See, here's an earlier version of the pickaxe where you can see that it was like inverted. Like he was like hitting the side of the pickaxe on the rock instead of the actual pick end of it, which he does now. And it's also like a bronze pickaxe now too, I think. Yeah, pickaxe bronze. That did not used to be there. The camera is a little bit wonky. It doesn't work the way that the RuneScape one does. So but it's beautiful, And this is all actually in a single HTML file, by the way. This game is an entire HTML file. I'll post the original prompt I used. So if you paste right here, like this is the entire prompt I got for the original version. It was a RuneScape style 3D game using Three.js. Three.js is a JavaScript framework that lets you use 3D modeling in your browser. And I said to put it in a single file HTML app with only a mining skill, but it can level up, and there are a variety of ways to train mining. So that's why I put like a bunch of different rocks. I'll just like paste that in the chat. Why not? There we go. That was my prompt. Claim debunker in YouTube live chat message link generator. Ooh, with cited sources. I love that, Ali. That's a good idea for sure. Are you one of the coal miners that Joe Biden told to learn to code? No, I'm one of the people who teaches them how to learn to code. I'm the one who helps them learn to code because I think it's a good idea to learn how to code. So could you link something like Myers-Briggs personality types to something like an ideal way for the personality type to day trip in a particular city? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, LLMs, you could do that. You can just ask ChatGPT to do something like that, but we could make it like let's see. How would we describe that? So simple Myers-Briggs style quiz that recommends, what was it? Sorry. Let me pull it up again. Recommends day trip adventures in a particular city. Use sample data for now because this tool, this WebLM arena, it doesn't actually connect to external APIs and stuff. But that's something that we could build on later. But as it stands, it doesn't. So we can make it use sample data. It should run through the quiz, very short quiz, and then recommend a quote unquote personalized day trip. So let's see what it does. Yeah, well, we'll scroll back through and I'll try to do some of the other ones you guys recommended. I really like Ali's of a claim debunker in the YouTube chat format. I really quite like that. I find myself very often like asking ChatGPT while I'm in people's chats, like, hey, can you give me like a YouTube chat length explainer of this topic so I can engage with this? Ooh, or an effective argument generator based on that person's comments and personality. I like that as well. So this is going to take a minute to generate, but in the meantime, we can mine some clay. Or actually, I'll just open up a new chat and we'll build something completely different. So let's do a single file HTML5 app using, I always tell it to use like CDNs like Vue and Tailwind. Vue is a framework, a JavaScript framework to just give a website like structure. If you ever heard of React or Angular. These are other JavaScript frameworks that just make website development easier. And CDNs are just external links that like let you grab the resource from a remote website and use it like immediately in your HTML file. And Tailwind is one of those as well, but for styling specifically. So single file HTML5 app using CDNs like Vue, Tailwind, etc. as necessary. It should use demo data samples, and it should accept input of YouTube comment length or YouTube chat message length, and return a cited explanation attempting to debunk misinformation, disinformation, elaborate, clarify, etc. Let's see what it does. And we clicked on Canvas, so it's going to open it up it's going to actually like run the app once it builds it. What's up, Cody? How does the mic sound, by the way? I'm just curious. I didn't know how to answer your question. I was thinking about it. But does it sound good? Does it sound like what you want a Yeti to sound like? Yeah, 200 characters. I should specify that. Oh, here we go. Looks like the left one didn't work, which sometimes happens. But here, let's go through our quiz. Okay. Discover your perfect day trip. Question 1 of 4. How do you prefer to explore a new city? I like either of these, but let's say I definitely like going on my own as well. What catches your attention more? Practical experience with hands-on activities or unique concepts and hidden meanings? Let's do practical experiences, stuff where you can engage. When choosing activities, you prioritize efficiency and logical planning, personal meaning and emotional connection. I kind of vibe, more vibes. I'm more vibes myself. Like I'm like, let's just kind of, I don't like having like a really strict plan of like what I'm going to do in a new city. I just kind of like to explore and have fun with it. Yeah, so this is another good question on that note. More flexible with room for spontaneous discoveries. I love that. Definitely prefer that to having like a very strict agenda. And here we go. It's called the Efficient Explorer. That's my type, I guess. So a well-structured day hitting all the major landmarks with maximum efficiency. Perfect for someone who is organized, efficient, and social. And it says 9 a.m. we're going to do the Alcatraz Island tour. 1 p.m. we do lunch at Fisherman's Wharf. 2:30 we do a cable car ride. 4 o'clock the Golden Gate Bridge walk. And at 6 p.m. we do a sunset dinner at the Cliff House. It's cool. I will download this code as well, and I'll share it in my Discord, which is linked in the pinned comment. So I will share this specific app in there. And notice it says like, oh, the left is better or right is better. Well, obviously the left one did not end up generating, so I'm going to click right is better. And apparently this one was made through Claude. So that's Anthropic's LLM, Claude Opus, which is a very, very good model. As you can tell, it created this pretty solid tool. And Blacktooth, it looks like a code name for a model that hasn't been released yet. So let's... I'm just going to like run that same prompt through again. As we go check on our other one. We got our radical verifier. All right, let's see. Mic is great, by the way. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mic quality sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't hear any issues. Maybe some small tweaks, but nothing major. Awesome. Yeah. That is good to hear. Let me see. Do I have the... Yeah, it's all set to 100%. Cool. That's promising. Do you have a prompt generator channel? No, but yeah, we probably should. Never used Discord before. If you're on X or whatever, you can follow me on there, and if you just message me, I'll send whatever stuff, whatever resources as well. I'm pretty easy to contact through X or Instagram or Discord. So, I mean, I'm not always super easy to contact. Sometimes I'm pretty avoidant. So if I get a bunch of DMs and I don't respond, I'll always try to get back to you eventually. I promise. But I can be somewhat avoidant, so bear with me. Yeah, maximum allowed length for a single live stream chat is 200 characters. Awesome. Yeah. Prompt share channel. Yeah, we'll make something like that. Yeah, I studied computer science in college. I have a computer science degree, like a bachelor's in computer science, and I worked as a software engineer at a defense contractor for 3 years when I first graduated, and then I went on to make some content for a website called Scrimba, which is like an interactive platform for learning how to code. I made a course called Practical Math for Front-End Developers, which is a really fun thing that's still out there. And I made some other content for them that I think has been since retired, but that was in 2020 when I did most of that work. But yeah, so I've been doing computer science in various capacities for the past decade. Like I graduated in 2016, so I started learning how to code in like 2011 when I started college. It seemed to be trying to determine MBTI rather than use already existing info. Does Ryan know his Myers-Briggs? It's possible to ask what type or any type should do in some random teeny town. It probably is. I think mine is E. I did it recently. Hang on, let me see. I did a ChatGPT one anyway recently. Let me search Briggs. That's amazing. Thank you. It's been a fun journey. I'm really excited to start doing more stuff like this on here. Obviously, for those who have found me through other places, you probably heard me just debating all the time, and I love debating. There will be many more debate panels, many more debates in the future, but I also want to leverage my platform to teach people how to code, to teach people how to, I view software development as like an artistic medium, and I want to like show people how I build things there. But yeah, thank you so much, JOJ, for being here. I think I hopped on. I saw some of your. I think I subscribed to your channel, JOJ. I appreciated like the tone. I didn't watch too much, but I think I really like what you're doing over there. It seems to align with my goals quite well. Retired from a real job before the age of 30. Well, I'm 32. But I also got. I didn't get fired. I got laid off from my last software engineering job. As during restructuring, it was a smaller company, so. It's a weird time with AI and everything, so I understand. But it was pretty disappointing, and I'm definitely hoping to leverage my decade of skills to do some cool stuff. I like this so much more personally. Very useful and cool to learn together. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm having fun as well. Let's see. Yeah, well, let's explore the radical verifier now. So let's see. We just enter some YouTube chat message like let's see. I'm gonna copy Allie's message that says maximum allowed length for a single live stream chat, and I'm gonna post it in here. Looks like okay, it has a sliding bar, but we would probably want it to stay at 200. We can fix that. I can say verify and debunk. Or try an example. So 5G network spreads viruses. Climate change is a hoax. You only use 10% of your brain. Vaccines cause autism. Oh, and it's got my little learning is radical. It knows me so well. Verify and debunk. It says analyzing. It's not really analyzing because it's not actually connected to any sort of external LLM. So it's just generating the statement that the maximum character. Oh, wait, maybe it is. What the hell? Maybe it did like a. Let me look at the code. It's using, let's see, Google Fonts, Tailwind, View. I wonder if it's just, let's see. Generative. Oh, cool. Wow, that's really neat. So it is actually hitting, the, like a Google API to ask the question. That's so cool. So this is like actually like all right, let's ask some questions. Whole loss is so I study CS or not? I mean, I recommend it. I think that there's a lot of jobs in computer science that are going to be replaced by AI, but there's going to be a lot more that are made by AI. I think that like people who are really passionate about computer science and really passionate about software development are going to be more emboldened than ever through AI. But people who have just have very if you're not learning like and keeping up with the newer technologies, then you're gonna fall behind. But that's kind of always true in computer science and software engineering. But yeah, thanks again, JOJ. Let's see. Maybe you can include weekly challenges that we all do and show up to tell next week on a panel. I would love that. That's a great idea, Ali. I like that a lot. It'd be so fun to see like community projects. Like we could have a little competition, like whoever we can have like the community vote on like who has the best vibe coded project or whatever. I love that. That'd be so fun. Let's see. What's an argument people? Oh, let's ask about the what's going on. Or hey, let's say there is an immigration crisis in the UK. I think that's probably true no matter how you say it. But like, let's see what nuance it adds. The UK has experienced historically high levels of net migration in recent years. Data from the Office for National Statistics shows that net migration reached significant figures, influenced by various factors, including changes in immigration policy post-Brexit, international events, and specific visa routes for work, study, and humanitarian purposes. Alongside these migration flows, the UK has faced challenges within its asylum system, including processing backlogs. While these high number and operational pressures are significant policy issues and are often described using terms like crisis in public and political discourse, the characterization of the situation as a crisis is subjective and debated, rather than being a universally agreed upon objective factual description based solely on the statistics themselves. The reality involves managing complex flows and processing applications within existing systems. So that is not 200 characters, right? I think it misunderstood the max message that the input I want the input and output to be. Both the input and output should be a max of 200 characters. So we'll see the next version. So posy, love all this learning together thing. I just had such a good feeling from Ryan from Wild Night on the Tom Show. Yeah, I appreciate it. Again, I remember seeing you in the chat, and I was like, yes, this person seems to understand what I'm trying to do. And so yeah, I really appreciate having you here, Common Good. Ask if creatine makes us bald quicker. I will. That's the next question I'll ask once this one's done. Oh, we never did the San Francisco day trip quiz. This is kind of the same thing, right? Oh, these are different questions though. Discovering new active experiences and exploring the outdoors. I like both of these things, but probably exploring outdoors more. What's your ideal place for a day out? Packed schedule, seeing as much, taking it easy, plenty of downtime. Yeah, so that we can explore meander. I like meandering. I'm a big meander guy. What kind of activities do you gravitate towards? Engaging with local culture, history, or unique learning opportunities, socializing, people watching, enjoying vibrant public spaces. See, I like both these things, but let's do, honestly, probably more socializing. Oh, the picture didn't work. But it said Golden Gate Bridge, bike ride, and Sausalito. Cycle across the iconic Golden Gate Bridge and enjoy the scenic views, then explore the charming bayside town of Sausalito. Recommended for adventure. Yeah, too bad the picture didn't work. But now that I know that Google Gemini can make what we're trying to do potentially without sample data, like here's our verify and debunk. So I might be able to. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a moment. Yeah, let's ask if creatine makes us bald quicker. Does creatine make us bald quicker? We'll analyze that. And while we do... Oh, already here. One study linked creatine to higher DHT. I don't know what DHT is, but potentially related to hair loss. However, subsequent research hasn't confirmed this, and there's no strong evidence that creatine causes baldness. There you go. And let's see. That should be short enough just to confirm. Yeah, perfect. Just enough for a YouTube comment. And one of the coolest things about Gemini, by the way, is that I can click share, and it'll create a share link that I can now post in the chat, and you can actually go try out this tool for yourselves. It is now accessible to all of you. You can ask it whatever questions you want and use it in your own YouTube arguments. But you should always, if you're using tools like this, when you're giving people information, you should definitely always like let people know that you're using AI source explanations, because they do have a pretty high hallucination rate. So this stuff should always be taken with a grain of salt. Welcome JHG Cup and Kunal. I will ask if vaccines cause autism. That's one of the examples. So let's see. Verify and debunk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you all here. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. So could you have parameters that create exposure-like experiences? For instance, a portion of the day where a part of the personality, say introvert, is exposed to an extroverted activity. Yeah, I think we could definitely do that. Extensive scientific research has repeatedly shown no link between vaccines and autism. The study that originally suggested a link was retracted due to serious flaws and ethical violations. And it has some sources even. Oh, and see, this is one of the things you gotta be careful of. Looks like this might have been a WHO link at one point, but it apparently is no longer active. Let's try this one. Yeah, see? None of these actually work. That's frustrating. Okay, this one works. But these two are dead. See? Disclaimer, AI generated response. Always verify sources and critically evaluate information. I agree. But let's see. I'm going to duplicate this. Open a new chat. And say simple Myers-Briggs style quiz that recommends day trip adventures. Use Google Gemini CDN for querying info about the user and recommendations. Should run through the quiz, very short quiz, recommend a personalized day trip. And then let's try to weave in what Common Good was saying. Thanks, Danny. I really appreciate that. It's a super nice thing to say. I'm glad you stumbled upon. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I like to think so as well. Steakinator says, "Hey, I've been wanting to get into coding. What would you recommend doing to learn?" It depends on what you're interested in. Build something. That's the simplest answer. Build something that you're interested in. And I think vibe coding using some LLM is a good starting point to get like an outline of what you're trying to do. But just build, that's always the answer. Build something you're interested in. Because if you're just building building to learn without building something you're interested in, then you're not gonna stay with it, right? You're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get stuck, and you're gonna be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. But if you're really like excited about the thing you're trying to build, then you will be driven to keep building it because like you want that tool to exist, right? Or you want that art piece to exist, and stuff like that. Also, welcome. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing a lot more stuff like this. Again, we do also a lot of debate stuff. So if you're not super into the politics stuff, I understand. But there will be a healthy mix. I would like to do a very healthy mix of both. I love arguing about politics. I love talking about politics. But this is also another passion of mine is just education and building and learning, Which is ironically like one of the things I really love about politics, especially and why I like arguing with right wingers so much, is that they always have so many talking points, and they're almost always like vaguely inaccurate. So I really like diving into those. Like they're good prompts for me to dig into, because I'm like super ADHD, super neurospicy, and it's just it's fun for me to like jump between context really quickly. And so when they're throwing out like all these different talking points, I can like grab onto one and be like, okay, I'm going to learn about this thing because I don't know about that. And so it's kind of like, I think why I find so much joy in this. A streamer bought like a mascot that you can add in chat. Ooh, an AI Umbreon. I think I like that. Syntax probably matters a lot, right? It does in coding in general, but one of the cool things about AI coding is that it knows the syntax, right? I mean, it's gonna have bugs, and you might have to like, if you want to like modify the code yourself, then you have to like learn like the more about the syntax and understand. But you can ask questions about it. Like you can ask the LLM to like clarify things. What's your best advice for job hunting? Because I've been applying a lot, but got nothing back. Well, I'm fucking unemployed, so I don't have fantastic advice for that. But I again like same advice for like building projects. In fact, one of my problems with job hunting myself is a lot of the things that I built historically were internal projects. Like when I worked for a defense contractor for 3 years, like right out of college, and I built tons of really cool tools that no one will ever see except for people who worked alongside me in there, right? Because they're not outward facing. So like I can't share those tools that I built with anybody. Oh yeah. I guess that's specific to programming, kind of. But I mean, honestly, whatever your field is, if you build projects, and I think this is why like coding is such a versatile tool. Like whatever industry you're in, you can probably weave in some basic like vibe coding stuff to make something that's unique to like your interests and your job goals, and that you can show off like what you're good at. If that makes sense. This is so fun. I'd be so into a beginner course for people who know nothing about coding, but I can't make interpretive. But LLM can't make interpretive or contextual inferences, right? Can't make interpretive or contextual inferences. Probably not in the same way a human can. But it's pretty remarkable now. Yeah, I'm making a portfolio. It's surprisingly good. It has a lot of shortcomings. Like as the code base gets bigger, it starts to like fall through the gaps a lot. Like you'll find issues emerge. Yes, Inko, we are vibe coding right now, which just means if you don't know, it just means we're like typing some prompts into an LLM and telling it to build an app. So right now we used Web Dev Arena to build a day trip quiz recommender based on like Myers-Briggs personality types. So let me finish this one while I'm not distracted. Because one of the things that was recommended, I think by Common Good, was it should try to recommend at least one part of the day something slightly outside of the user's comfort zone, but within reason. Something that, like something like an extroverted event for more introverted people, etc. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see. It can if you give it a limited amount of source data array. Yeah, if you give it enough context, you can do a lot of things. Are you vibe coding a portfolio for yourself or just for fun? I guess both. I mean, because everything that I build here will be, it'll be on my channel, right? So when I am applying for jobs again, like I can, which I kind of am, like on and off. I need to apply for more jobs, but I have like freelance projects that I'm going to be working on soon, which is cool. I tried the whole vibe coding thing. It was so boring. Are you a coder already? Because I think there's ways to go about it that aren't boring, whether you're a coder or not. Challenges personality tendencies. Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it. But oh no, Jacksonville day trip. Let's not be that specific. Oh, sorry. This should be in a single HTML5 app. Any user should be able to use the quiz for their own adventures. And what was let me pull up what come good. Yeah, challenges personality tendencies. Challenges personality tendencies. I like that. How did you try? Oh yeah, just lack the dopamine hits. Sure. I mean, I guess yeah. I don't know. For me, it just hits. I don't know. It's so fast. Like I mean, I'm someone who over years has like tried to start so many side projects, and I just whenever I hit the nature of my ADHD, at least it seems like whenever I hit a roadblock, like I can get very frustrated, and it's hard for me to stay with a project for a long time after I've like gotten stumped for a while. I'm more likely to just move on to a new one. But with vibe coding, that's not a problem, right? Like it's just kind of it's part of the process. Like I can happily jump between projects. Like while this one's thinking about this project, I can jump back to my radical verifier and see if like maybe I want to add some new features. Like make the explanation a bit more syllogistic, like premise conclusion type beat. There's no progression in your own skills if it's doing everything and doesn't feel like your own. Yeah, I understand that. That's why like what I like to do is I usually make tools that are in a format I'm really comfortable with, which is why I do like the single file HTML5 apps, because I'm like I did a lot of web development over the last decade, and I know JavaScript really well. So like I can just download this HTML file and I can make all those tweaks. Like if I make a project that I'm really excited about, I can go start doing the code on my own. I can make all that stuff. Yeah, thanks again, Danny. It's been great having you here. Really appreciate it. Seriously. You get to see results quick. You learn to prompt better. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Fuzzy B. Fantastic to have you here. All right, let's test out. Give me a new claim to verify. What do you think? Oh, and here we have our Myers-Briggs quiz. It looks like it didn't put it in the canvas. Put it in the canvas, please. Ooh, music visualizer. That sounds fun. Do you have a Discord or something, or somewhere where you announce your streams? Well, we do have a Discord in the pinned comment. It is very small right now. I've started using it more lately. I used to have an old server that I shut down when I took a long break from streaming. Tashel says, "Is the Earth flat?" The Earth is flat. Let's see. Is the Earth flat? Verify and debunk. Let's find out. We're gonna learn. How are your travels, Tashel? All right, here's the explanation. Premise 1, Earth casts a round shadow on the moon during eclipses. Premise 2, only a sphere casts a consistently round shadow in all orientations. Conclusion, Earth is a sphere. Look at that. Well, I'm convinced. Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, we have a Discord. It is, again, very still growing, kind of rebuilding the community. But yeah, happy to have anybody come in. And especially if you have like any suggestions for what you want to see in the server, feel free. I think there is a channel for just suggestions and stuff. Maybe not. I'll make one. But feel free to like post in general. Like there's no just don't be mean to each other. Be reasonable. Uneventful travel so far. Next stop, Cali this weekend. Fair enough. Yeah, have fun in Cali. Just joined it. Well, welcome, Danny. Welcome to the Room for Radicals. Yeah, have a great night. Appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for the kind words earlier. Oh, you dismissed my pinned chat. How could you? Nightbot, you have no power here. I have removed all of Nightbot's privileges. It cannot limit anybody. Okay, just so you know. Don't listen to Nightbot. I got 31 people watching. That's cool. Oh, here we go. Here's our day trip adventure quiz. Let's see where we're exploring. Let's do. I don't know. What do y'all think? Where should we explore? Help me test it out. Help me test out our day trip adventure quiz. What city or location are we going to explore? I guess we could say California because, Shell said they're going to California. So let's see. California. Let's see. Day trip adventure quiz. How do you want to recharge? I I like both. I'm really like mixed. I get a lot of energy from lively crowds, but I also need some solitude. So to recharge, probably solitude. My ideal vibe is gonna be again. I like both of these. Let's go with artsy and urban for this one, just so we're mixing and matching a little bit. How do you like your day paced? Obviously, go with the flow. That's if you could not tell, I'm very clearly a go with the flow type. Let's see. Jared Crow, welcome. J-Red Crow says, the other day I was trying to use Claude AI to write a translation overlay, and I put a command in terminal, and it automatically downloaded 28 gigs of things, but it doesn't even show in the downloads on my Mac. How would you go about finding and deleting those items? That is a great question. Don't know if I have a simple answer for you. But I guess, because I haven't used Claude's local, like we're using like Claude Code or something, it probably is downloading to whatever folder you're running it in. If you're doing it like through the terminal, it's likely running in that folder. It wouldn't be in the downloads folder, because it's, so the way the terminal works is whatever folder you are, like the terminal is like you're viewing a specific folder when you're looking at the terminal. So whatever folder you're in when you're looking at that terminal, that's where it's probably going to be downloading stuff. So I would try to, like, I think what you can do is what's the command? Let me test this out. Terminal. Finder. What is it? I don't know all the commands as well on Mac. I'm a kind of newer Mac user. So I don't know exactly all the commands, but there should be some way. You might be able to ask Claude to like ask the Claude model to answer it. JS says, go to your home folder and I don't know. That might be the answer, but I would be careful to copy a command from YouTube chat. So maybe like ask, like copy that into like Claude or ChatGPT or whatever, and ask it if that's the right thing to do. Let's see. Cody, of course the moon isn't real. It's fake and also made of cheese. Is the moon real? Yeah, we'll ask that one next. Here. Is the moon even real? All right, let's go on our adventure. All right, so here's our personalized adventure in California. In the morning, we start with a quiet, reflective activity in California. This could be visiting a lesser-known art gallery, an architectural walk through a historic neighborhood, or a quiet cafe in an arts district. In the afternoon, there's the challenge, is the one that kind of pushes us out of our comfort zone. Instead of your planned activity, push your comfort zone. Find a highly rated, lively restaurant and sit at the bar for dinner. Or go to a local spot with live music and stay for a few songs. The goal is to be around social energy. In the evening, wind down with a calm evening, a reservation at a quiet restaurant, seeing a film at an indie cinema, or a peaceful evening walk are great options. Beautiful. Love that. And I'll share this so you can actually use this tool. Here you go. Plan your own adventures. Let's see. Observable celestial bodies are real. Premise 2. The moon is an observable celestial body orbiting Earth. Conclusion. Therefore, the moon is real. Okay, but what if we challenge premise 1? What if we say, I don't know if observable celestial bodies are even real? This is such a cool tool, by the way. I'm super excited about this. Premise 1. We observe objects in space via telescopes. Premise 2. Things observed exist. Conclusion. Observable celestial bodies are real. I want to challenge things observed exist. Couldn't this apply, or we could say like, I feel like optical illusions challenge the veracity. Am I using that word correctly? Veracity of this claim. Not claim. I have no idea if the 28 gig is all of things all together. I know part of it was a language pack, but I couldn't find anything 28 gig or language pack in the computer. I'll try to check. Yeah, you might be. I don't. I don't have a. It's a really important question. I wish I had a good answer for you because I honestly, it's something I probably need to dig into myself. Like, because I've been as I vibe code a lot of different things. I've also probably filled up a bunch of folders that have a bunch of junk in them, and you got to be careful. Like, especially with all the LLMs having like being connected to third party systems now. Yeah. Okay, so observation is brain interpretation of input. Brains can misinterpret input, illusions, so conclusion observation does not guarantee existence. So therefore, we can't know for sure that celestial bodies are real or the moon, or including the moon. We're about to find out the moon's not real. The important question is, what kind of cheese is the moon made of? We'll get to that one next. Cheese is real. The moon is cheese. The moon is real. So real. I feel like such a dork, but so cool. One more question. Is it possible to refine these to connect to local sites, galleries, museums, restos, etc.? Yeah, I think so. Like, I could ask it right here. In fact, I can, like, literally copy your message. Okay, someone asked, let's use that as inspiration to add those features to this tool. Blue cheese on a blue moon night. True. Okay, so premise 1, perception can be misled, like illusions. Premise 2, celestial bodies confirmed by multi-method evidence. Okay, so it says, so it's challenging us. It's saying that there's multiple methods of evidence, not just perception, or not just like perception of like seeing them in the sky, right? So perceptual error differs from verified reality. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but is the moon made of cheese? And is that cheese real? That's a fantastic idea and a natural next step for this tool. All right, let's do, instead of California this time, let's say we're going to Vegas. Las Vegas. So it should be more local to Vegas. Oh, actually, I think I want the questions themselves. Like, I want the questions themselves to refine based on the location. So use the Gemini API to come up or to gather information and generate the questions before building the adventure. So again, what we're doing is vibe coding, right? Like I haven't written any code today. Like, I mean, we can look at the code. Like, here's all the CSS that's styling it. There's JavaScript. Like, there's a start over button. There's just a JavaScript function. It sets the user city to an empty string. And there it goes again from the top. It's changing it all now. So we'll wait for it. But so premise 1, moon is rock and dust. Premise 2, cheese is a food. Conclusion, moon is not cheese. Okay. Yeah, I bet. What if the rock and dust on the moon was made of cheese, aka food? This is like Big Cheese trying to hoard all of the moon cheese to themselves, I think. If I learned React and write pseudocode for each element or component in each page, does that mean I'm a good programmer or just a vibe coder? I mean, you're at least a vibe coder initially. But if you're saying if I learned React, you write pseudocode. I think if you're writing the pseudocode yourself, I think writing pseudocode is the sign of like someone who is like a decent programmer. Like being able to write pseudocode shows that you can think in the abstractions, like in the structures of code. So I mean, and like pretty much all coding is some combination of functions, variables, loops, and like data structures. So I mean, yeah. Yeah, you would just have to find the folder where you think it is, and okay, yeah, again, like that might be the answer. I just I think JIS is trying to help sincerely, but I would still just double check because I just don't know what that command does. So I would want to run that through a Google search or something first. Can you code a fart into a toot? Compress a big one into a tiny pop, but still hear the poof sound. Potentially. Oh, I forgot. We had a web dev music visualizer, right? Doesn't seem like it worked. Both are bad. Let's try again. Music visualizer. Music visualizer. Okay, the moon is made of rock, dust, and minerals. Cheese is a food product made from milk. Therefore, the moon is not made of cheese or food. Okay, yeah, I don't buy this shit. I think we're getting fake news here. I want how do I get the alternative facts? Some minerals are edible. Yeah, there you go. True. Some minerals are necessary, right? The moon is not cheese. This tool is clearly broken. Yeah. Listen, we know the moon is made of cheese. Don't fucking lie. They're commands every coder should know. They probably are. I don't do a lot of stuff with the terminal, especially on my Mac. Yeah. Just not recently, at least. I'm used to like a Windows machine for most of my life, so I'm like new to the Mac ecosystem still. And also like I've had ChatGPT for my whole time, so like using Mac. So whenever I've needed to do shell commands and stuff, I can just like type into ChatGPT, hey, what's the command to do this thing I'm trying to do, instead of like memorizing the commands, you know. But you're probably right that I should know that command. Get sponsored by Ground News. That would be cool. I would love. Yeah, Ground News. Hey, right here. Are you working on a Mac now? I am. I'm using Mac Mini. I have two Mac Minis that are stacked on top of each other, and one of them is on. Because I had my MacBook for the job I was working last year, and that kind of once I was like all in the Apple ecosystem, I've been kind of hooked. So I decided to stick with it. Don't fucking lie. It's still lying. Moon composition known via science. What, known via science? That's such a cope. Premise 2. Science shows moon is rock, not cheese. It's like had enough of my shit. It's like moon is rock, not cheese. Moon is not cheese. It's so aggressive about it. It has sources. What is the moon made of? Aha, the sources are dead. Yeah, NASA and their fake news. Upload an audio file to visualize. I don't want to upload a file. Music. Let's do music visualizer generator. No uploads required. All right, and back to our day trip adventure quiz, which now should customize the quiz based on our specific adventures. So if we were going to Vegas, all right, it's generating the questions. Okay. When thinking about downtown Vegas, would you rather be experiencing the energy of Fremont Street during peak hours or quietly exploring the unique signs at the Neon Museum? Probably, for me, probably enjoying the energy. Which day trip outside the immediate strip area appeals more? Taking a scenic drive and hike through Red Rock Canyon or exploring the exhibits at the Mob Museum? Both sound fun, but I think I'd rather do the scenic drive and a hike. That sounds fun. For an afternoon's entertainment, do you prefer planning ahead to see a Cirque du Soleil? I never know how to pronounce that shit. Cirque du Soleil? Is that right? Cirque du Soleil. Spontaneously wandering through the galleries and shops of the art district. Probably spontaneously wandering. All right. Contacting our AI adventure guide. I love that. Okay, I'm learning programming for 2 years now. I learned the fundamentals of web dev. So if I make projects all by me without AI and then start to just write the page structure pseudocode, yeah, then you probably are going to be supercharged by AI. I would recommend trying to like keep doing that, but like start to weave AI into it, because I think a lot of if you're looking for programming jobs, they are all using AI now. I mean, like a lot of these AI companies, they like I think Claude has said, "Oh no." So first of all, we ran into our first error of the night because everything seems to have been working pretty well. But luckily, Gemini has this fix error button, so we're gonna see. But yeah, like most, like I think Anthropic, who makes the Claude model, they said like 80% of their code is now written with using their own, like using Claude, or maybe that was Sam Altman, maybe it was OpenAI that said that. How about an APAC sponsorship? I don't know about that one. I will get a job or not. I can't tell you for sure. You know, it's hard out there. It is a really weird market for software engineering right now, to be honest. Do cheese and rock share minerals? Ooh, good question. Good question. Do cheese and rock share minerals? Is it possible that all the ingredients of cheese exist on the moon? Oh, look at this. This is so cute. And I can pause it. I love that. Look at the bars. And this one has, oh, this is really neat. So it has a frequency bar. It has waveform types and the volume, and it has like notes. Oh my goodness. Oh, yo. Okay, wait. Is it playing it? Oh no, I don't hear anything. Damn. Doesn't seem to be working. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this code and I'm gonna throw it into a Gemini query. Build this as a single file HTML5 app using CDNs like Tailwind, Vue, etc. as necessary, and make sure the audio actually plays. Because it makes like React components. So see, it's like import React, blah, blah, blah. So what I like to do is take this React component and then throw it into Gemini and ask it to make it into a single file HTML5 app. So I don't have to like install React and do all the setup that you need to like run a React app. I can just make it in a single HTML file that I can share with people. I'm clipping you saying NASA in their fake news based. Thank you. Are you familiar with Zish commands? Yeah, some of them. Welcome, tree. Maybe ask it to give you a panel with sound bites to press to visualize. Ooh, that's a good idea. Did you post in the Fool's Den yet? I don't think I did. Hang on. We'll go for a bit longer, so I should. Let me pull it up. We are vibe, coding, and chilling. Come hang and learn, because learning is radical and stuff. There, I have now posted in the Fool's Cord. Where else should I post? Let's see. That's good for now. Could have it record a visual overlap and make an album for your art. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Looks like a little music party with the bars. Yeah, it does. I want to actually get those. I'm going to download this as well. So code download, but I'm also going to copy it and throw the bar one into a separate, oh, wait. Into a separate one. And what I'll do is I'll just paste that, and then I can like just copy that same prompt I used. And now build the other one. So we're jumping between like 5 different projects now, right? But this is how I vibe code. Like I'm working on like 5 different things at once and just jumping between them. This is so perfect for like my brain. We're back to the question. Cheese requires milk from living organisms. Premise 2, the moon lacks life, complex organic matter, and free water. Conclusion, ingredients for cheese production do not exist on the moon. What if we could build up from molecule or from atoms? I don't know. Because we obviously don't have water on the moon. That's going to be a problem. Solve 3 problems on Code Wars. Just write the algorithm and give it to AI when I couldn't do it myself. Yeah. I've been trying to learn Rust, and I use like LeetCode, and also I started using LeetCode, and then I just like started asking ChatGPT to give me like personalized Rust lessons and like simple problems that I can solve and build on. What's your favorite vibe coding tool? Probably Gemini. This is it's just one of the best coding tools, and I don't know. It's very, very reliable. Cheese rocks share minerals is a great question. Could this teach to make a bad inference such as the moon is made of cheese because they share minerals if they do share minerals? But yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to trick it to do that. But it says cheese needs milk, a product of life. The moon lacks the necessary life forms. Cheese ingredients aren't on the moon. Are the fundamental components of matter? Well, I guess not, because you need. The moon is cheese. I give up. I've been overcomplicating it. Gemini has a free version. Welcome, Michelle. Great to have you here. Yeah, learning is really radical in a political sense. Absolutely. Learning is more radical than ever, for sure. And there are a bunch of people who spend all of their time and money making it harder for you to learn. So having an interest and passion in learning is super important right now. Could you synthesize cheese on the moon? That's a good way to put it. The moon is a rock. Cheese is food from milk. Okay. I could synthesize cheese on the moon. That's a good one. All right. Back to our day trip. Let's try this one again. So back to Vegas. I think it should work if I just type Vegas too. Which Vegas activity better suits your pace? Oh yeah, we had questions like this. Ooh, the botanical garden sounds fun. How would you prefer to spend a day trip from the Strip? Let's see. Exploring natural beauty. Yeah, this is what we mostly came up with before. When it comes to experiencing Vegas, are you more likely to? I'm gonna wander. All right, let's see if it works this time. Yeah, Tashelle does ask great questions. Something went wrong. The AI guide returned an unexpected plan. Please try again. Disappointing, Gemini, but we'll see if it can fix it. And let's see if we can listen to our music visualizer now. How you doing, Umbreon? What's up, buddy? Are you taking a nap? How was your nap? Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, it's my boy. Say hi to everyone. Say hi, Umbreon. You know, if you're a Radical Coder channel member, you should drop some baby Umbreons in chat. Very, very cute emote. The cutest emote of all time. The baby Umbreon. That's actually a picture of him from before I even got him. So he was very small. He was less than 3 months old at the time. As for synthesizing cheese on the moon, cheese needs milk and specific microbes. Moon lacks milk, microbes, and suitable conditions. Natural cheese synthesis isn't possible on the moon. Through unconventional means. All right, now let's test out our music generator. Ooh. Can you guys hear that? Oh, God, that was awful. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn the volume down on this. This is so cool, though. What if instead of the quick presets, we made it like a full keyboard? Yeah, sorry about your ears, everyone. Yeah, bad for headphones, I'm sure. But I mean, it's a pretty cool tool. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Asmetics. Welcome though. Appreciate having you here. Too loud. I'm sorry. I'll turn it down a little bit more. Still probably too loud. I wonder if I could turn the frequency down. Would that be better? What about the triangle one? Ooh, this one's kind of... Is this one still too loud? That was kind of beautiful. It's kind of like hauntingly beautiful. I actually love that. Instead of the 4 presets we have, make a simple keyboard with working keys labeled appropriately for the notes. As the waves get more complex, it adds harmonics where they should be. Okay. What can you tell me more about that? Can you like write that sentence a different way? I don't really understand what you're saying there, but I'm very curious, and I'm gonna throw it into my debunk tool. But you said that's a very accurate visual representation of the different wave types. Very cool. Yeah, that makes sense because it's all like mathematical, right? So like as long as the code is accurately representing those wave functions, then we should see the right visualizations. But oh wait, where's the... Okay, so cheese needs milk, enzymes, microbes, cons? I don't even know that word. What's a cons? Moon lacks these naturally, so synthesizing cheese on the moon needs input, environment, transported. Yeah, fair enough. I guess it doesn't know what I'm describing here. So back to Vegas. Why not show sound waves? I don't know. Guitar sounds? We could do that. Ryan reinvents pianos. Yeah, but like a fun interactive piano that we can build. Spending a reflective... Okay, we know the answers, I think. Oh, these are different. Yeah, I'd like to go dancing. We like dancing. I feel like dancing tonight. The rock canyons. And... yeah, I'll do like watching street performers and stuff. Come on. Please work. All right, it's taking a while. That might be a good sign. Yes. All right. So, our personalized adventure in Vegas. In the morning, we start a day with an invigorating hike amongst the stunning red rock formations. Try the Calico Tanks Trail for rewarding views. In the afternoon, we return from Red Rock Canyon, enjoy lunch near the Strip, perhaps Mon Ami Gabby for iconic views, then explore the breathtaking seasonal displays at the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. In the evening, we head downtown for dinner, consider Oscar's Steakhouse for a view of Fremont, wander the electric Fremont Street experience, taking in the street performers and Viva Vision light show, and cap the night dancing at a packed club. Damn, that does sound like a pretty fun time in Vegas, I gotta say. The moon is already made of cheese. That's right. I haven't used FL Studio myself, but I've seen people use FL Studio. Is there a process we can use to convert the dust, minerals, and rock from the moon's surface to a cheese-like substance? That's a great question. Oh, let's see what it said about Cody's thing, though. Complex waves are sums of fundamental and harmonics. Harmonics are integer multiples of fundamental. I don't know how the word fundamental is being used here. That's a confusing sentence to me. Wave complexity results from harmonics presence and amplitude. That makes sense. I'll start here. Also, feel free to recommend we do a different location for the I'll go with you on that date, Ryan. So sweet of you. Yeah, I'll set it up, okay? All right, we're back to our music generator with our keyboard. Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. What a nice looking keyboard. Please don't be so loud. Oh, wait, I gotta turn the volume like way down. And we'll do the triangle one. So if you guys don't know, Duolingo now actually has music. At least if you're on iOS, you can actually learn like this basic, like how to read sheet music. At least the very basics, using a little keyboard like this on Duolingo. And I spent quite a few months last year, and I've been picking it back up again this year. I had an iPad at the time, so I could use that. I had my work iPad that I don't have anymore. So it's a little bit harder to do it on an iPhone. But if you have an iPad, it is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend. And they just added chess. So I've been learning like the fundamentals of chess. Even though I understand like most of the basics, I've never really learned like chess theory. And so I've been exploring that, which is really cool. Let's see. You and your computers are so thoughtful. It's on Android now too? Oh, well, there you go. Music's now on Android. I guess if they make some on the moon with the cows that ate grass in the dome on the moon and sell it at Moon Cheese. They really took music as a language, literally. Yeah, exactly. Synthesis creates sound by shaping waveforms. Okay, that makes sense. A fundamental frequency sets the main pitch, while harmonics, whole number multiples of the fundamental, add tone color. Oh, okay. I think I see what you're saying now. Oh, harmonics, hold. So let me look at. I want to I guess I can turn the volume down so you don't have to hear. We don't have to hear it quite as. Is this still too loud, by the way? I mean, I have it at like the lowest level, but I can barely hear it. But I'm wondering if it's like still really loud for you guys. But so we can see the sounds while I read this. So, a fundamental frequency sets the main pitch. So I guess that's this is the frequency here. Well, harmonics, the whole number multiples of the fundamental, add tone color, and that's what these are. A sine wave has only the fundamental. It sounds pure and smooth. A saw wave has the fundamental plus all harmonics. It sounds rich and buzzy. So, this one. Oh, I hate that. I'm sorry, guys. No sawtooth. No sawtooth, even at 2%. We're not going to do sawtooth. I apologize to your ears. Triangle seems to be the cleanest one for this format, at least. Beautiful. That's really cool. If anyone has any other recommendations for this specific tool, let me know. We can vibe code some new. Still loud versus my voice. That's crazy. I could like barely hear it. Michelle likes the sawtooth. Fair enough. Let's check out our generative visualizer. This is so cool. This is probably super loud for you guys, though. I'm so sorry. I'm going to turn that down. This is so cute, though. Vibe code and some chords, man. You're right. You're right. Chatbot mascot. We could probably start working on that. Vibe code and some chords. All right. Let's add in some chords. Some easy way to play chords. If springs could sing, they'd sound like that. That's quite cool. All right, I'm gonna share this one as well, just because it's a cute one. I'm gonna throw it into the chat. This is the random tone generator / visualizer. Sounds like a banjo. I like that. By the way, like the stream. Like if you're enjoying this, like that stream. We got what? 23 watching? That's cool. That's cool. It's nice to have like steady double digits now. You know, like we pretty much always have like every time I've been streaming recently, we've had like 10 is like a bare minimum now, which is you know, back in the day, I'm not used to that, you know. It's cool, like as I stay consistent with it and I'm like getting to the algorithm more, I start to see like more and more people pop in and hang out for longer, which is just a good feeling, you know. Gemini is teaching me how to not brick my computer as someone who has never used Linux. Oh, I guess we have this infinite regress here. As someone who's never used Linux while simultaneously vibe coding Python games. Well, that's good. Yeah, because there's definitely a lot of ways stuff like that can go wrong. It's one of the problems with vibe coding. Things can break. Like the streamer also, I'll play Sawtooth on full volume when you're not expecting it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me. I don't want to do it. It hurts my ears too. All right, moon dust is inorganic minerals. Cheese is organic matter. Minerals cannot be turned into cheese. Okay, I guess. I'm not convinced, but... Okay, here we have chords now. So let's do, I'm going to turn the volume back down to like 2, switch to triangle, play C major. Oh. Beautiful. Wow. What's up, puppy boy? That was beautiful. Is there some what's some like sequence of chords I should play? Have a good night, Shell. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah. Good vibes all around. Lies. It sits on a throne of lies on the moon, made of cheese. Woof. Go on up. Let's see. I want to try another daytime adventure. This is a really cool one. So let's do New York City. New York City. Woof. What you woofing at? What's wrong, Bobby? You wanna go play? You wanna go play with the kitties? I'll let you go. Go ahead. Go get him. Go beat him up. Go get him, buddy. Okay. When exploring New York City, would you rather visit a quiet gallery at the Met for hours or spend the afternoon exploring the vibrant stalls and crowds at Chelsea Market? I've been to the Met before, so I don't think I've been to Chelsea Market, so I would try that. Okay, Umbreon wants back in already. Well, come on in then. Make up your mind, little guy. Which experience appeals more to me? Spending a sunny afternoon exploring the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx, or spending an evening experiencing a live performance on Broadway? I've always wanted to see a show on Broadway. That sounds really cool. But I also would like the gardens in the Bronx. But we did that. I think we were doing that in California, right? How do you prefer to experience a new neighborhood or attraction? Spend the day spontaneously walking, definitely. Let's let it cook. There's a really popular pop progression. Oh yeah, is it probably like the 4 chords, like all the 4 chord songs and stuff? Can we see what the day trip does for a specific MBTI? Oh yeah, we didn't specify that, right? In a teeny town with one activity in the day that challenges a part of that personality. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so well, first let's read this. Okay, so wander spontaneously through the historic streets of Greenwich and find an iconic classic pizza slice from a local spot. Explore the vibrant stalls and crowds at Chelsea Market, and experience a live performance on Broadway. So that's pretty straightforward. Here, I'm going to copy that message. Update the quiz app to apply updates that include the following. It's all vibes, you know. All right, so what was the I'm excited to read all stuff Cody just wrote, but I'm gonna try first the it says E minor, C major, G major, D major. So I need at least these chords and the existing ones. So Cody said, your synthesizer has what's referred to as a spectrum visualizer. Frequencies are measured on the x-axis. The lowest that's this one. Frequencies are measured on the x-axis. The lowest frequencies are on the right. The highest frequencies are on the left. Oh no, wait, you must be talking about this part of the visualization, which I can't pull up to right now, because this one was ordered by like high to low. Amplitude or loudness is visualized on the y-axis. That makes sense. So like how tall the line is. The fundamental frequency can be viewed as the lowest frequency or furthest to the left. Harmonics are everything that follows to the right. The more complex the wave, the more harmonics. So it's like the lowest because that's what we like we, on the keyboard. C is like a lower note. Like C4 is lower than C5. That's kind of the same usage of the word low there, I assume. Can you play the riff of Smells Like Teen Spirit? I don't know it, but maybe. Vibe coding has got me feeling like God lately. That's how I love it. Also, welcome, Jack. I don't recognize your name, so welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Mixed up that lowest on the left, highest on the right. No, you're good. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh no, I can't get back to the. Okay, where was it? E minor, C major, G major, D major. So E minor. Oh wait. I'm going to switch into the triangle and turn it down. Oh, I know, baby boy. E minor, C major, G major, D major. So is this it? Puppy dog, you're okay, buddy. I guess those are the 4 chords. Should makes up for a serious lack of economic opportunity for us youth. Yeah, I mean, people who are utilizing this right now are like gonna be so. I really encourage it's about to be very weird. It's about to be a very weird world with AI, and like if you can build like even simple tools with AI. I really think you're going to be in just a much better spot. Yeah, I know. The poor boy. Hard to hear the music. Oh, I can turn it up probably a little bit. I guess I forgot I turned the volume down. That's it. You're a rock star now. Let's go. Oh, I guess I could turn it up a little bit for you guys. Look at us. We're rock stars. But also, I don't know if I shared this link already. I probably shared an earlier version, if anything. So I will share this one so you can all be rock stars as well. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I should take I do want to take a quick break. That's a good idea, Ali. But actually, he has a little pad in here and like a little bathroom, a little section off bathroom. So he actually just goes to the bathroom in here most of the time. So he's not whining because he has to go to the bathroom. He's whining because he's bored. He wants to go play. He's like, why are you just sitting on the computer? Why aren't you running around with me? Well, let's see. I'm almost done with an inventory management site to rent businesses for low monthly fee and add-ons. That sounds awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I will take a quick break. Let me throw up let me play some music. Hang on. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I know what I can do. I'm going to open a new Gemini chat. generate a custom radical coder be right back screen for my chat to stare at while I take a break for just to take a break. Put it on the canvas. Should be in a single HTML5 app using CDNs like Vue, Tailwind, etc. And while that's being built, I'm going to pull up Suno, play some of my classic bangers like Orange Man Bad. Actually, I might play the welcome Zach. Are you worried the AI has ruined the internet? It's definitely changed the internet, but I don't know if it's quite ruined it yet. Thanks for subbing, Jack. Happy to have you here for sure. It's AI is definitely making the internet weirder. That's no doubt. But here I'm gonna play some tunes. Oh, you probably can't hear it yet. Let me. I'm going to do this. It's a pretty cool screen it made. Look at that. It even says learning is radical. Love that. See, like, there's problems, with the internet, but like, look what I just made in like 10 seconds, right? Like, I don't know. I love this. Like, this feels super cool to be able to have stuff like this just be generated like instantly. I don't know. I like this world. But here. Let me know if I need to change the audio levels, but it should be okay.
honestly, I'm feeling sweeter than ice cream and Skittles. Haven't tried, but bet I could learn the fiddle. If I'm too mean, choose the median, the middle. Oh, hang on, Umbreon, want some kibble? Here's a bit more from my brain, just a little. Reincarnating Kafka, cucumber to a pickle. When life gives you lemons, give life a little nibble. And a nickel, thanks life. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do you have the time? Tell me your story and I'll tell you mine. So cool, I can make it snow in the Everglades, but I would never do that to the Everglades. 'Cause I love gators. Stars line up, write my name in the sky, and I've been thinking yours might look good beside it. Each time I blink, wish you could see my eyelids. We could go for miles, I don't care where the miles is. Sometimes I say too much, sometimes too little. Sometimes my lines don't rhyme and I think that's okay. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do we have the time? I got a new plan, fresh blueprint, clear foundation. Feeling this frequency, please do not change the station. You and me, we could be the talk of the nation. Walk into any room, stand in ovation. 'Cause I've got big plans, you should try to see them. Look in your eyes, looking like you're trying to be them. But let's pull it back like I just reached for a new one. Folks can use equations, but don't know how to prove them. See, I'm trying to show the globe the code, going node to node. Shouts to Archibald, he got the kid involved. Now I can spread the word to the ones who wasn't called. Ops try to pull me apart like monkey bread, but I zombified the game, raise it from the dead. Do this, do that. Now I'm doing me instead. Last one on earth that you could spell out with a G-O to the A to the what? To the T. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do we have the time? Tell me, babe, do you like red or white
Haters get a verse from the wiener that I win with. Got some competition, maybe you should pay attention. Wieners in the back and they going in succession.
Haters get a verse from the wiener that I win with. Underestimate advice that you are getting. Got them ladies in the back and they are getting jealous. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. So play that beat again. I told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again. They know we ain't kidding like. I told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again. They know we ain't kidding like. I got haters now, so they must know I'm winning. Who knew winning was a race? Wiener and we winning. Who could've known that I'd inspire all this competition? They mad cause they losing, maybe you should pay attention. Let me show you what I just discovered. Everybody winning, and they be hating on the others. See what competition has become a people. Bring out the worst side and evil at their core like beagles. Told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again. They know we ain't kidding like. I told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again. They know we ain't kidding like. Yeah, there ain't no predicates for finding better talent with your L's. We do it effortlessly cause I'm captain, I'm the captain.
Okay. We're back. We're back. We are back. We're so back. Optimizing the puppy petting algorithm. These are so cute. I'm definitely gonna keep this this BRB screen. This will come in handy like all the time. It's awesome. Maybe we'll even like iterate on it, add some new features, maybe set it up so it can like. I wonder if I could get it to actually load the chat specifically, like rather than just like using an overlay. Like I wonder if I could actually get it to communicate with the specific stream. Thanks, Fuzzy. Looks like Michelle made a masterpiece. You're a mod. You can. So if you are using Gemini, then there is a button where you can click share canvas, and it'll just generate a little share link. If you want to show us what you made, I can pull it up if you're willing to share. No pressure though. Cody said you should be able to select a key on your synthesizer. That way it'll give you the 7 chords in whatever key you select, so you're always in key. Okay. Let's make that happen then. Here, I'm just gonna like literally copy that message with a few slight tweaks. I guess you can't see the whole process now. Let me fix that. There we go. In the Western world, there's 12 notes in the chromatic scale before it starts repeating, right? A through G, then sharps and flats in betweens. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's, yeah. It's nice to hear, like, you explaining the thing, because I've, like, picked up a lot, obviously, like, I mean, just throughout my life, I, like, kind of through osmosis learned a lot of the, like, those terms, but also, especially since I started using, like, Duolingo to learn the specific, like, the actual, like, more formal version. It's still, yeah, this is cool though. Then there's different key types. In Western music, the primary types are major and minor, right? So a key selector could be drop-down boxes, one for the notes. Ooh, oh, wait. Yeah, go to site, whatever. Well, I accidentally clicked on Michelle's link, so we're gonna see it. Oh, it's an AI generator. It's an image generator. Super cool. Is it like random, or is this here the prompt you? I'm gonna refresh and see if what it generates differently. You should ask it to make like an input, so you can like customize it. I can't read this. I'm gonna let's see. Translate selection to English. Generate an image for a cartoon style cigarette pack with a black man's face drawn on it. He wears round sunglasses with the letter Z visible in each lens and a purple headband on his head. The style is vibrant and comical. Very apt. That is exactly what we see. That's super cool. Thanks, Michelle. Yours was better. Yeah. It's probably gonna obviously it's gonna generate a different image each time, but still really cool. This one not bad. Oh, I should have saved it. Well, I mean, I guess the picture is accessible. This one it's like cut off. But yeah, I'll open a new tab and save this one. I didn't save the other ones, unfortunately. But okay, I'm going to take Cody's messages and pass those into the music generator. Oh, we got an error. We'll see what I can do. That one is neat. I agree. Really neat. And anyone, if you got any other cool ones generated, yeah, actually, I'd be really curious. I mean, I guess we can just vibe code our own version, unless we want. Oh, there's a copy canvas button, so I think I can actually. So you should be able to actually, if you click on the link that Michelle shared, you should be able to click copy canvas and have your own version that you can access and build on. So what I'm going to do is let this one generate. Add an input to control the prompt for the image. but make it randomize, generate a starting prompt initially. Maybe even add a randomized button. So yeah, we are heavy vibe coding right now. And we've successfully learned that we cannot make cheese. No matter how hard we try, we cannot make cheese on the moon. Umbreon, what's up, Bobby? What's up, Bobby dog? You wanna go play? Go play. Go play with the keys. You wanna stay? Okay. Come here. Come here. Oh, yes. Let's see. Oh, I still haven't done the I haven't tested the updated day trip generator. But there's the image, very high quality, beautiful. It's all in French. I assume that's French. Let's see what the original one gives us. And while we do that, enter a teeny town. For example, Yellow Springs, Ohio. Sure, let's do that. Yellow Springs, Ohio. And select your type. I believe that I am EN. Is it ENTP or EN? Wait, I have it. I think I'm I assume I'm a debater, right? That seems right. I'm pretty sure that's the one. But I wish I could find the actual one it gave me. Oh wait, I guess I can just ask ChatGPT again. What is my Myers-Briggs type by your estimation? Pretty sure it's ENTP. Yeah, ENTP, the debater type. Okay. Yeah, totally an ENTP. Yeah, for sure. Made a resto pack generator that's Pog. Just coding with Pablo. We are building a bunch of different things. So we have worked on a radical verifier, which is used for YouTube chat fact checking. It creates a premise conclusion, like syllogism, including sources for any premise. And we were trying to get it to tell us that we could make cheese on the moon, but it was consistently telling us that unfortunately we don't have the necessary materials to make cheese on the moon. So unfortunately, it seems to be working phenomenally. And we also we're working on this day trip generator, which takes in a Myers-Briggs type and create. Well, it was a quiz that was supposed to like use a Myers-Briggs style quiz to generate a day trip in a specific area. But now this one just asks us for the Myers-Briggs type. So I put ENTP, and we're going to generate an adventure, and we're going to see. I actually tested this version, so we're going to see if it works. We also built this music visualizer, which is increasingly complicated and now has drop downs for the key and major, but there also appears to be an issue. So we're going to fix that error while we jump to the next thing, which was this generative visualizer, which just plays like random notes. Which is pretty tight. And then we made a be right back screen for when I took a quick break. And it has like these cute little like compiling new ideas. It says learning is radical, because it is. And that's what we do here. We learn. You're from right outside Yellow Springs, Ohio? Well, that's very cool, Zach. So you're going to know if this is a good recommendation or not. It lied to us, the bottom line. Yeah, exactly. We can make cheese on it. You know, you would think so. I guess we would have to bring the materials there. I think we were trying to get it to give us instructions for making it without... oh, look at this. So the random prompt it gave us is, this is super cool, but I don't know what this means. So, where's the translate? Okay. An owl wearing steampunk goggles reading an ancient book, bronze sculpture. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what that is. Oh, wait, I don't want to save it. I want to open it in a new tab. I think this is the randomized prompt. So it's an astronaut playing an electric guitar on Mars, pop art style. I mean, fucking nailed it. Like, exactly. Let's do another one more. Oh, wait, this looks similar to the other one. I think it might have a set selection. An owl wearing steampunk goggles reading an ancient book. Okay, bronze sculpture. Yeah, so it has just a few specific demos. But I mean, it's a different, it's still so cool. I want to like 3D print that. I don't have a 3D printer though, so we're not going to. Let's see. Nostalgia is cheesy. Staring at the moon is nostalgic. Therefore, the moon is made of cheese. Ooh. Let's see how it handles that YouTube chat. Oh god, the whole program is French because of me. Yeah. I'll send it to you. Yeah, you gave us the French version, but I'll probably I actually right now I will make a change so that make everything in English now, please. Let's see if we... Oh, here is our day trip for an ENTP adventure in Yellow Springs, Ohio. In the morning, it says we should explore the eclectic independent shops and galleries in downtown Yellow Springs. Oh. And another feature is that we had it give us like a challenge, like something that would be like a little bit outside of our comfort zone. And it says, so for the afternoon, it says hike the main loop trail, focusing on completing the defined path. So because I'm much, I think maybe because wouldn't usually go for like a complete path, usually just would like meander or whatever. I wonder if that's why it says that. And that would be at Glen Helen Nature Preserve. And in the evening, we would enjoy local craft beers and vibrant atmosphere at Yellow Springs Brewery. Sounds like a fun time. Sounds fun. If I ever go to Yellow Springs, Ohio, I know what to do now. All right, looks like we no longer have a reference error, so we should be able to play our different diatonic chords. Oh, poor puppy dog. I'm gonna turn that down a bit. Sorry if that was a pretty intense. Wow, this is beautiful. That's way too loud. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. But I can change it to, okay, C minor, G. It's still too loud for me. I love hiking. Me too, Fuzzy. And Common Good. Yeah, hiking's so much fun. I want to add something like, I don't even know like what to say for the generative visualizer. Add some more symbols, labels to make it more clear what the visualizer is showing, and add a bunch of other cool new features that I will surely love. You know? Let it cook. Let it cook. Oh, puppy, poor baby boy. He's so sad. Oh, he's so... Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you for the smooches. It's okay, puppy boy. Okay, so a samurai cat meditating under a cherry blossom tree, Japanese watercolor style. Let's see it. It's okay, baby boy. Here you go. Go play. Go do crime. Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, the licking kisses. He loves those. Oh, I keep forgetting. I have a Guinness, and I'm gonna consume this now. Ooh. Cheers. Not as good as if it was colder, but it's still tasty. I used to not like Guinness, and recently I think I've slightly changed my taste. But yeah, look at this beautiful cat. Let's do another one. A cyberpunk robot serving coffee in a neon Tokyo cafe. Cinematic photograph. Okay, so for our nostalgia is cheesy claim, it says premise 1, cheesy for nostalgia is subjective. Premise 2, moon composition is objective. Oh, my dog. He's like, why are you playing with me? There you go. I'll throw his toy. Conclusion, subjective terms don't determine physical states. Stop working so well. Yes, cheers. I guess I can also try to make this one more complicated. Add a bunch of new, cool, exciting, fun, interactive, colorful, innovative features that are radical. It's just vibes. It's all vibes. Make this quiz a bit more personalized. Instead of a drop down selecting the type, give like 8 questions to roughly assess the user's type. Each question should be generated based on the answers of the previous ones so that it can build on the information it has collected. That sounds fun, right? Okay. Did we add anything? I mean, this one kind of works. It's just like sounds like some Castlevania shit, like some chiptune. I feel like we can make like some cool video game music with this. What up, Project VO Pod? How you doing, buddy? I'm having a Guinness, so it is alcoholic, but I was drinking tea before. Okay, that note has to stop. Good to have you here, Project VO. Even after our clashes. And you hurling slurs at me and stuff. Which I totally disavow. Not cool, dude. Really. This is fun. Yeah, this is actually a lot of fun. So cute, dude. Okay, let's check out the new features on our generative visualizer. It has some new labels like major, BPM, whatever this little icon does. Oh, cool. It's got like a tempo bar now. It's got musical scale. We can select blues, chromatic, minor pentatonic. Let's do chromatic. We'll do triangle. And we'll make the... Oh, it even has a color palette selector. That is tight. Okay. Yo, this is so cool. Okay, I'm going to share this one, the newest version here. Here's the newest generative visualizer. That's so tight. We don't need the be right back one. I'm going to close that one down, actually. Oh, poor baby boy. Oh, here's the cyberpunk robot serving coffee in a neon Tokyo cafe with the cinematic photograph. Let's see the Detective Fox with the trench coat and a magnifying glass. And then we'll pop back over. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Our radical verifier is broken. Let's fix it. The verifier part could be structured as a great New York Times game to support critical thinking. Common good. I like the way you think. That is a great idea. Once it fixes this, once this is fixed, I'm gonna follow that vibe down the rabbit hole, because that, I think there's a lot of cool directions that could go. I love the besides Wordle, like I love all those different games, like the word association one. Those are so fun. All right, here's our updated adaptive day trip quiz. Let's test it out. Let's do a place. What do you think? Someone recommend a tiny town or something. Thanks, Cody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for helping with the music stuff. Glad you enjoyed it. Really appreciate you, bro. Whatever. Let's try Leavenworth. Okay, cool. So it's going to generate the questions, again, like based on the answers. So like it starts with Leavenworth. So let's see. Browsing quietly for books. So it's how to spend an afternoon. Either browsing quietly for books or enjoying the lively atmosphere and music at a beer garden. Both sound fun, but since I'm drinking a Guinness, let's do the beer garden. Okay. When experiencing Leavenworth, which is more appealing? Focusing on the intricate details of the Bavarian-style architecture and decorations throughout the town, or considering the underlying story or vision behind transforming the town into a Bavarian village? Probably. I feel like I'm more interested in like. I feel like this the first one would be like actually wandering around, like seeing the sights more. I guess they both could be. Let's do the first one. Both. I don't know. That's interesting. Just popped in to see what you're up to. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Common Good. I see your Lebanese. We'll ask that one next time. When considering the unique identity here, what aspect are you more drawn to? Researching history and planning details. Well, this was that's the last one. Or immersing yourself in the joyful atmosphere or community spirit. Probably that. Probably more like the joyful spirit. Immersion. We love the immersion. I found the image generator to be buggy and somehow seems to want to make images with people in them, probably because it's made from my original image prompt. Yeah, that might be. You should be able to change the actual, like if you look at the code, you can actually change, I bet it has like the, whatever the original prompt is. Like here's mine that has like the sample prompts. So I could change any of these, right? Like instead of a steampunk owl, I could say a steampunk squirrel, right? You should be able to make those changes and then preview. Try and get the squirrel. Whatever. You get the point. Yeah, we got an error. Sometimes it gets like really broken and we have to like fix errors a bunch of times. So I don't know how long it'll take before the radical verifier is back online. But let's finish our quiz. Either booking reservations or strolling through the village. Probably strolling through the village at our own pace. All right, let's see what our personalized adventure is. Yeah, let's see. And the cool thing about like what I was just showing you here, like you actually this. So like when you look at the code here, and you make little tweaks. Like what I mean, now you're actually coding. Now you're not just vibe coding anymore, right? Like you can actually make changes to the code and you can be like, "Oh, well, you know, like what does this thing do?" Like and you can like break it and or change things and just try experiment with it, you know? I don't know, this I mean like anyone, like no matter what level what like, coding level you're at, like this is a really common thing. Like it's generating a random index because it needs to look at the list of, it like looks at this array of phrases and it's got to generate a random one. So it's generating a random index that's as long as the sample prompt's length. And it uses this calculation to do that. And then it just grabs that prompt. And that's how it selects it every time. And every time we click this also. Still broken. I'm going to try again. All right, let's see what our custom adventure in Leavenworth is. Take a leisurely, spontaneous stroll along the main street, dipping into shops that catch your eye to admire the Bavarian details and unique goods, perhaps stopping for a pastry and coffee at the Front Street and Danish Bakery. That sounds dope. In the afternoon, we explore the unique and detailed collection at the Leavenworth Nutcracker Museum, followed by a tasting at a local cheese shop or confectionery. Oh, there's a cheesemonger shop. I love that. I want to go to the cheesemonger. How'd they know? How'd they know we want the cheese? Enjoy the lively outdoor atmosphere, traditional food, and music at a popular beer garden. Munchenhaus. Ooh, I like that. Why is that so beautiful? Okay, thank you. All right. That was fun. Let's do another. Let's try the blues. Change it to FM sign. Make it the more neon one. Do it at a slightly slower tempo, like 75 beats per minute. And let's play. Not nearly as cool. The chromatic one was like really dope with the triangle. It feels like it's going too fast for the, like I feel like it's not synced up anymore. Maybe it is and I'm just, I don't know. Like this seems right. I think the generation, I think it's like slightly out of sync. Like it like it works then, and now it's starting to. Maybe not. I can't tell. Like, it feels like it's going a little too fast or something. Maybe. I don't know. I might just be crazy. Wow, that's beautiful. Wait, I can't open it in a new tab? Why? I'll just copy it then. I downloaded it. Whatever. You know what? I'm actually getting kind of sleepy. Any final memes we should make? Like, should we make one more app? One more, like, tool before we close out? Any final ideas? We made some really cool stuff here. I'm excited to... And I'll post all this in the Discord. Obviously, I've shared a lot of links throughout the chat, so you can like scroll back through the VOD afterwards if you want to find any specific links. Or if you're watching this in the future. I might like try to edit this down to like show the progress on each specific tool and have like an upload for each one. Like, oh, here's all the steps we did. Here's all the stuff we did working on the radical verifier. Here's all the stuff we did working on the visual, the quiz, the adventure quiz. Here's all the stuff we did with the music visualizers. We'll probably do both of those in one. Here's like Michelle's picture generator. I think that'd be fun. Good content. Gotta wind down and this is super stimulating. When do you do this normally? I'm trying to do this a lot more, to be honest. I'm just trying to do it more and more. If it keeps being something that is increasingly profitable, which, the past couple panels, I've actually gotten a decent amount of like money from doing this, which was cool. So I think as I can do, that's the thing about doing all the debate panels and stuff. It helps me grow the stream more, and so it gives me more opportunities to bring people in who are like able to donate and stuff. And also it gives me more prompts to work with, like from like the more people who are chatting, the more I can like riff off of to build stuff like this. So I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but I'll stream again within like the next 48 hours for sure. But yeah, definitely join the Discord if you can. If not, at least like the stream, hit the little alert bell so that you get notified whenever I do go live. And I'll make like community posts or something announcing like either the morning of the next stream or like shortly before, a few hours before. So like if you catch that, you'll see, or I'll even post in the Discord announcing it. We have like some debates coming up this month. At the end of the month, I'm debating Rob Noir on a whole bunch of different things. Which is going to be a really wild one. I still need to post the list of topics we'll be debating. I'm going to share that in my Discord as well. Maybe we'll make like a fun web tool. Yeah, Fuzzy will make sure. Fuzzy and Ali, etc., have all been really helpful at letting people know that we're streaming. So I really appreciate both of them. I appreciate all of you being here. Seriously, this has been so much fun. This was like one of the most fun, unique streams that I've ever done. And it's I don't know, it's really exciting. I feel like we've unlocked like a whole new genre. I don't know who I mean. I think more people should be doing this kind of stream, but I don't think a lot of them are. Can we work on the Rat Verifier New York Times game soon, or see the process you got there? Yes, absolutely. Looks like it's got some breakage. So I'm gonna let's take a look. Let's see if we can fix this before we go. Lucid view next is not defined. So what's going on? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click back a few times and go back to a working version. Okay, here we go. Turn this into a New York Times style game, like Wordle, the word association game, etc., like inspired by those types of games, but unique to this format. And so it would have like a daily prompt, or maybe some claim that you have to guess if it's true or false. I don't know, false or something maybe a little bit more complicated or a little bit more engaging than that. But New York Times game vibes. Let's see. New York Times style game like Portal. Oh, yeah. I lied. I'm still here. That's cool. I'm still here too. Oh yeah, Connection. That's what it's called. Yeah. I like that Hank Green always does those at the end of his videos. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do the connections before we close down for the night. Let me see. Hang on one second. I know, baby boy. We're almost done. Maybe I'll take you for a late night walk, huh, pal? Here, I'm actually gonna do the connections game. Let's see. There's rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors. Wait a minute. I feel like it can't be those three. Like I feel like that's the one that's throwing me off. Let's see. Film, seal, tape. Let's see. Tape, seal, film. They sound like a thin something that like holds stuff together. Maybe paper might be good here as well. Like a tape, something thin. Nope. Not even close. Okay. Snake. Oh, buddy, come here. Come here, boy. I know. You spoiled brat. He's like, you always play with me, and now you're sitting here. Okay. I feel like my brain's too dead to really dig into this fair. So I'm gonna take a. Oh wow! Look at this! Look what it made. It's called Radical Reveal. This is number 0 of Radical Reveal for Friday, June 20th, because it's 1 a.m. now. So, is this claim true or false? You only use 10% of your brain. I think that's false. I feel like I've heard that a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's false. So I'm gonna guess false, but I kind of want to see like the process. So I'm gonna reveal the clues anyway. Well, okay, I'll just guess false. Yes, okay, I was correct. So the bigger picture, the 10% of brain myth is false. Neuroimaging shows that while not all regions are active simultaneously, we use virtually every part of the brain, and most of the brain is active almost all the time. So let me start back over though. Okay, so let's reveal clue number 1. Brain scans show activity across the whole brain, even during rest. Different tasks activate different brain regions, but all parts have a known function. The brain consumes about 20% of the body's energy, an unlikely cost for a mostly unused organ. And losing far less than 90% of the brain to injury or disease has devastating effects. That's true. Yeah, so that makes sense that we use far more. And wait, what? Oh, I said right. I did say false. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And there's even a share your results button. Look at that. Tokens remaining 4 out of 4. Well, there we go. I'll share this in the chat as well. We could probably make it a bit more engaging in the future. Oh, my voice is starting to go away. We could probably make it more exciting, but that's a nice baseline. That's cool. Good idea, Common Good. Let's see. Snake. Okay. I still want to try this. So, button, seal, museum, Hitman. Some of these are games, like Hitman, Snake, Undertaker. I'm guessing that's a game as well. This is a hard one. I guess for playing music, we could have like a record, the needle. But I feel like you'd also use like needle and was thread? Needle, thread. Oh, there's shoot. I didn't see shoot. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah. No? Oh, okay. So each one of those is part of it. So that's the one that's the sneaky one. I see. Okay. So rock. Poetic. Maybe like genres of some sort. I don't know. Record, tape, film, and I don't know, museum. Undertaker, maybe tape, film, record, tape, rock, Undertaker, film shoot. Probably shouldn't look at the answers if you're. Well, we'll try it. Rock, Undertaker, film, shoot. Why do you think that? No. Let's shuffle them. Make it. We're definitely gonna fail. Okay, we could record. Maybe it's not record. Maybe it's record. Maybe you record something. You tape something. Okay. You tape something. You record it. You shoot it, or you film it. Yes. Okay. Capture on video. Okay. So snake, scissors, needle, Hitman. I don't know. I feel like I gotta be careful now. We're on the last one, so yeah, we got one. Yeah, wrestling and movies. I don't know. Hitman, Undertaker. These are probably, you're probably right. These are probably like wrestlers, right? Maybe Hitman, Undertaker, The Rock, the Hitman, the Undertaker, The Rock. Is there a snake? Like the snake, the button, the needle? Is there a needle? The seal? Maybe you like thread the needle. You can like thread. You can needle. You can snake. You can button. I don't know. The snake is a wrestler? Okay, well that's it then. Snake, the Hitman, the Undertaker, and the Rock. That's gotta be it. Gotta be wrestlers. Yes. Okay. I think Jake the Snake. Museum Poetic Seal Paper. Museum. Yeah, but why? That doesn't feel. I don't know. What's a poetic in that context? This is our last guess, so I got to be careful. Like thread. I want to say like thread. Okay, well let's see. Like needle, button, thread, scissors. Like things you might need to like do like sewing. Yes, items in a sewing kit, and then poetic seal paper museum, which I guess that was that what you said? Museum poetic seal paper. Is that what it was? Hell yeah, we did it. We did it. Yes. I was so scared. Wait, what was the last one? I don't back to puzzle. Oh, wax. Okay, yeah. Wax paper, wax poetically. Okay, I get it. And wax seal. I get it now. Beautiful. Yeah, like a wax seal for letters. Okay. I understand now. All right, guys. That is it for me. Thank you all so much. This has been seriously one of like the coolest streams I've ever done, and I think we got a bunch of new subs too. Appreciate everyone who found the stream, everyone who's watching in the future, everyone who hung out and learned with us. I will try to clip this up into some fun content, and I'll post all these links in the Discord, or maybe make like maybe I'll vibe code a custom page just for like all the cool links and projects that we made. Like throughout this, because I can share like each iteration, or maybe I'll share the actual files. Maybe I'll make like a GitHub repo. I think I have the Resistance OS repo that we could probably build on. But seriously, thank you so much. It's been so fun, and keep learning, because learning is radical. And drink water. All right, I love you all. Bye-bye.